President John Dramani Mahama arrives in France today for an official visit at the invitation of French President Emmanuel Macron. Gan West Police Command summons feuding factions. Gan West Police Command summons feuding factions at the Ajin Kotoku Onion Market after violent clashes on Monday. And transport operators set to engage government this week over a possible increase in fares following the Iran war. Details coming up. And now the details. President John Dramani Mahama has arrived in Lyon, France for the One Health Summit, a gathering of world leaders, health ministers, and global health experts, which he'll be co-chairing with President of France, Emmanuel Macron. The president was welcomed to Lyon by a group of Ghanaian families living in Lyon who were excited to come out to meet their president on Easter Monday. The summit will bring together world leaders, health ministers, and global health experts to discuss pressing issues affecting global health systems, sustainable food production, and joint strategies to address emerging health challenges. President Mahama is expected to deliver 2 keynote addresses during this event. The president will leave Lyon for Paris after Tuesday's summit for a bilateral meeting with President Macron at Élysée Palace. And back in Ghana, Divisional Police Command at Ajin Kotoku in the Gan West municipality has invited the feuding factions at the Ajin Kotoku Onion Market following violent clashes on Monday afternoon. Chaos erupted at the Onion Market, where gunmen allegedly from rival factions reportedly attacked traders at the Onion Market. A viral video on social media on Monday showed attacks at the market, causing panic and disruption among vendors and buyers. Reports indicate 5 have been injured and are on admission at various health centers. The Trade and Industry Ministry has meanwhile invited the leadership of the traders for a meeting aimed at resolving the incident. Meanwhile, Usman Mohammed, the secretary of the Accra Onion Sellers and Importers Association, has said that the leadership of the market will meet the police commander today for further investigations.
Various sectors of Onion Association in Ajin Kotoku Onion Market. There is some misunderstanding into usual of offloading Nigerian owners. And that escalated to Nigerians also block their border, allowing Nigerian, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo trucks to enter through Ghana. The reason is the function of Ghanaian traders have some organization of West African Association, and we are all together concerning onion trade. And there is a decision that onion have been regulated, and all onion sectors have some quantities that they should have to import. And doing that, the Nigerian and Niger onion importers, they come to the market, they normally import their onion to Accra Onion Sellers Importers. And the other association requested that those onions that have been importing to Ghana have to be split among the various associations. Therefore, the Nigerians' refusal to split that onions to various associations lead to stop them not to offload their onions into the market.
And now to transportation. Amid growing economic pressures, public transport providers are seeking fresh discussions with authorities over potential upward review of fares. The move reflects concerns within the sector about sustaining operations as expenses continue to climb, setting the stage for a decision that could directly affect commuters and the wider economy. Brown has more in the following report.
Transport operators are set to engage the government this week over a possible increase in fares, citing rising operational costs such as fuel, spare parts, maintenance and inflation. These pressures, operators say, has made it difficult for them to maintain current pricing, prompting calls for an adjustment. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union (GPRTU) and other commercial transport operators want an increase in fares by at least 20% if government fails to scrap certain taxes on petroleum products. The government's role will be to balance these demands with the need to protect commuters from sudden increases in the cost of living. Transport Minister Joseph Bukari Nikpe spoke last Thursday, April 2nd, about the development.
Over 3 weeks today, I've been engaging them. Myself and the Finance Minister will be engaging them, and we are all in a state of engagement. We will soon come out with our final decisions to the general public. I wouldn't want to make anything known to the public that is not yet finalized with my transport unions. And we work together, and I must thank them for their cooperation so far. And I believe that at the end of the day, we'll come out with a win-win situation for us and then the transport unions and all the drivers that we have. Either through this situation that we find ourselves in, you realize that all the fuel prices were going downwards. But what is happening in Iran from America and Israel is creating these issues for us. But the unions are cooperating, we are working together, and we will come out soon with our final decisions.
If fares are raised, the most immediate effect will be higher daily transport costs for passengers, reducing disposable income, especially for low-income earners. Beyond commuters, the impact is likely to spread across the economy as higher transport costs often lead to increased prices of goods and services. In response, some people may cut back on travel, seek cheaper alternatives, or adjust their routes to cope with the added expense. Ultimately, while operators aim to stay financially viable, customers are likely to feel the strain through higher commuting costs and a broader rise in living expenses. Judith Brown, TV3 News.
Still on transportation, authorities at the Metro Mass Transit Limited are optimistic of clearing all of the first batch of 100 buses imported into the country by the close of this week. The Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwasi-Ofosu, announced the arrival of a new fleet of buses to help ease ongoing road transport challenges across the country. The minister outlined government efforts to improve public transport and reduce pressure on commuters. Haruna Apau-Redu is the Deputy Managing Director of the Metro Mass Transit Limited. Now, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, AMA, has confirmed that trading will not be permitted on the Kaneshie footbridge once the planned rehabilitation works are completed. The Kaneshie footbridge was closed on April 2nd for urgent rehabilitation as safety concerns were raised. The AMA expects the repair works to take several months, with the work ultimately improving both structural and the form of the bridge and pedestrian safety. The Kaneshie footbridges were constructed in the early 1980s to facilitate safe crossing at the Kaneshie market area.
The work will begin, and we are hoping that within 6 to 9 months it will be completed. Let me also state that that particular enclave drainage facilities will be worked on within that enclave. So the roads ministry is even looking at blocking that particular stretch to make way for the construction of the drains within the Accra Academy all the way. So we are looking at immediately the road is open after completion, the bridge would also be functional.
Now, consumers who had braced for an increase in the price of sachet water on Monday can now breathe a sigh of relief. This is after the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry announced that the price of sachet water will remain unchanged. This follows the suspension of a planned increase by the National Association of Sachet and Packaged Water Producers. But while prices remain unchanged for now, concerns still linger. Christabel Success-Trevor reports.
Sachet water, popularly known as pure water, remains a daily essential for millions of Ghanaians. From commuters to traders, it is often the most accessible source of drinking water. So news of a planned price increase had sparked concern among consumers ahead of its expected implementation on Monday, April 6. The National Association of Sachet and Packaged Water Producers had earlier indicated that rising costs, including fuel, packaging materials with utility tariffs, were making it difficult to maintain existing prices. The planned adjustment, they say, was necessary to sustain production and distribution. However, that increment has now been suspended, bringing some relief, at least for now. How much do you normally buy water?
50 pesos. But the bag, some people sell it 8 cedis. Some people also sell 5 pieces of the water for 2 cedis. By land, they said they will be increasing it to 70 pesos. And some said they'll sell it 3 for 2 cedis.
It will affect me a lot because I have plenty of children at home. One child will drink water about 5 or 6 a day. Imagine, so it's 6 cedis for water. So what about their food? Only one child though. How much less those who have like 6-5 distance? So it will affect me a lot. And it will affect those who are, especially we that we don't have. The poor people, no, little poor, no. It will affect us. So I agree with government because once the pure water there, it's too much. Ghana, we don't see these things. Otherwise, we will run from our own country. We have to drink that galamsey water and get infected too.
In a statement, the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry announced that a planned increase has been suspended. The ministry commended the Ghana Plastic Manufacturers Association and the National Association of Sachet and Packaged Water Producers for cooperating to halt the adjustment, describing the move as a demonstration of commitment to consumer protection and market stability. Vendors say, while the decision offers temporary relief, some have increased their prices.
I didn't buy today. Then they talk me say, this week they sell 10 cedis. The last time they said, they buy 8 cedis. Then now they say 10 cedis. I don't know what I go sell. Now me, I say I will sell 50 pesos. The people say she won't buy 1 cedis. They say no, let's sell 50 pesos. No, the people send the water, they say they will sell 1 cedi. I sell 50 pesos for you.
The ministry says the intervention is aimed at cushioning households and maintaining affordability and current economic pressures. It has also announced an urgent meeting with industry players to address challenges within the sector and explore sustainable solutions. Cuts International has commended the move by government.
We think that the decision by government to halt the increase of the sachet water is fair and reasonable because what the association decided to do is that they want to become like cartels and engage in price fixings. When you look at the production of sachet water, not all of sachet water manufacturers source their raw materials from Middle East, which has been affected by the war there. Some may be sourced here from Nigeria, some even Ghana, China, US, and other countries. And so for you to use the war in Middle East as a pretext for increasing your prices by 50%, we think that it is not the best.
For now, sachet water prices remain unchanged, but both consumers and industry players will be watching closely as discussions continue. Christabel Success-Trevor, TV3 News, Accra.
And now the Nsawam Medium Security Prison has embarked on a groundbreaking initiative to establish a diagnostic center for inmates. This project is aimed at treating crime as a social, psychological condition while seeking to understand the underlying causes of inmates' actions. The initiative received a boost when the international organization My Help, Your Help Foundation delivered essential medicines and stationery to support the program.
The Nsawam female prison currently houses about 100 inmates. As a female correctional facility, it faces several challenges, particularly in the area of healthcare. With limited funding as a major constraint, the Ghana Prison Service has introduced the Medicine and Equipment Bank. Alongside other intervention programs, a key initiative among these is the construction of a diagnostic center within the female ward aimed at improving access to healthcare services for inmates under the theme Behind Bars but Not Bound. Members of the My Help Your Help Foundation visited the facility during the Easter festivities to support ongoing reformation efforts. The delegation was also taken on a tour of other projects at the facility, including government's Nkoko Nketenkete Poultry Initiative. Deputy Director of Prisons, Victoria Ajawuda, noted that inmates continue to face shortages of basic necessities.
We want to treat crime like sickness, and so we will diagnose you to know what exactly led to your criminal behavior. We call it criminogenic history. And so we need your support. Aside the food that they need on a daily basis, we also need medication. I got to talk about the medicine that you brought. Yeah. It will go a long way to help us because we depend on it. These are women with a lot of health challenges.
Leader of the delegation, Nicholas Kofi, emphasized the need for collective responsibility in supporting prison reform efforts.
It is said that crime knows no age. The young, the old, middle can be in prison. If you find people their movement being restricted, they have no access to so many things. I believe that it just behoves on all Christians all over the world, all meaning Ghanaians, to at least fulfill scripture by visiting prison and supporting them and helping them with whatever they can to also make them a bit comfortable and happy.
And that'll be all for the morning news on TV3 Newday this morning. We'll be back with more on TV3 Newday. My name is Na Ashokor. Please stay with us. Today's edition of the show. I hope you had a lovely break. I hope you got a break to start with this Easter holidays, and I hope it was a good one for you. In addition to remembering the death and resurrection of Christ, I hope you took the time to reflect on your own life, the things that need to die off in your life, and the things that need to be born anew in your life. I hope you took the time also to rest, to spend time with family, to bond, and to prepare for the rest of the year. I saw a lot of messages on Facebook yesterday morning when I put up a post saying that we're all going back to work this morning. A lot of you said you did not want to go back to work this morning and you were hoping that you could get a day off just to get ready for the week starting Wednesday and so on. And to all who said that, I say to you, well, I hope that with the passing of the days, the weeks, the months, until the end of the year, you're able to find a job that you're happy to go to at the end of a long holiday. You're happy to find a job that gives you joy when you think about it, like it's time to go to work, and not one that you labor through from Monday to Friday, and then your joy comes on Saturday and Sunday when you don't have to go. Life is short. Let's do the things that we actually do enjoy. Now, you're welcome to the show. Today we have a very exciting show planned for you. We had a lot of news over the weekend, a lot of things happening, from our onion markets to international trouble to good news about the arrival of some 100 buses to help ease the public transport system, to the continuous conversation about Ghana declaring a visa-free policy for all Africans starting the 25th of May. And also, Sachet water producers have agreed not to increase the prices. These are some of the concerns that have been looming after the announcement of a possible 50% upward adjustment to sachet water prices, popularly known as pure water. The news we have received now is that following conversations with the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, the planned upward adjustment will not happen. So the price of pure water will stay the same. And even though the producers have complained about cost of production, cost of raw material and others, we're also told that not all of them source their raw materials internationally. A lot of them source their raw materials locally. And so the upward adjustment will not be completely proper at this time. And so pure water prices are remaining the same. And for I think since December last year, we have had cause to complain about our public transport system. It's difficult to get buses. Sometimes in the mornings, I leave my home very early, and sometimes by 4:30 a.m. I'm already on the road. And even at that time, I see that there are already crowds gathering at the various bus stops trying to find trotro or sometimes taxi to their various destinations. Now, I can imagine how difficult this must be, waking up so early and still arriving late to work because there aren't enough buses and trotro and taxis to, ease your commute. The good news we have received is that from Minister of Government Communications, Felix Kwatio-Fosu, there are some 100 new buses that have arrived to help ease public transport, the ease of public transport, especially in the major cities across the country. So these buses are going to be distributed across the country, and I believe will be managed by the Metro Mass Transit Authority. So that's good news coming in, and we look forward to seeing these buses at the various bus stops very soon. So you can look out for them and let us know how the transportation, the system is for you. Also, yesterday we received some very, very troubling, very disturbing news about some fake HIV test kits on the market. Now, these test kits, we are told, will not produce the correct results and could also lead to the delay in treatment. And these test kits are actually used in some of our hospitals. Now, we know that there are some test kits which have come out that have been used over the years, all right, that will give you an easy opportunity to test even at home. A lot of us have used these test kits at home because they're widely circulated. They're supposed to give you quick and easy results. But now we are told that there are fake ones on the market. And so if you haven't heard, this is the news. There are fake HIV test kits on the market which will give you wrong results, delayed treatment, and serious health risks. So if you buy a test kit, this is what you need to know. Please check stocks of Visa Tech HIV Advanced Diseases test kits and immediately cease using any of the kits which have the lot number 0001586. So please write down this number, write it down. 0001586. All right? Write down this number and check if that's the lot number on your HIV test kit. You might want to go to a hospital for an actual check. Return all affected kits to the nearest FDA office for safe disposal. Okay? Don't just put it somewhere. Someone else might use it. So please return it to the FDA office, all right, so that they can dispose of it safely. And also you can contact the FDA if you have any questions regarding a test kit that you have at home. Contact the FDA for enquiries or further guidance through any of the following mobile numbers. Call the FDA on 055-111-22. All right, I was reading that phone number. If you could bring it back, please. That'll be great. My director's in the control room. Thank you. All right, the number again, 055-111-224 or 0244-310297. Or you can just go to the social media pages and then you can put your questions there. The FDA will respond very swiftly, all right? So please always verify before you use. Your health is too important to risk. At a time when we are continuing conversations about safe care, safe treatment, access to antiretroviral drugs for persons who have the HIV virus, it's a very bad time, very, very bad time for fake test kits to be on the market. This means that you might test negative when you're actually positive and you will not be taking your antiretroviral drugs. You will not even know that you have the virus. And you could be infecting other people who don't have the virus, not intentionally, but because you don't even know that you have it. It's a very bad time for this to be happening. And so if you have, in the recent past, over the last year at least, tested for HIV, please test again. Go to a health facility and test, because we are told that some of the test kits on the market are fake. So you could be positive and you will test negative. And you might go about your sexual adventures not knowing that you are spreading the virus. Or even if you're not doing that, you might not be accessing antiretroviral drugs because you don't know that you are sick and that you need the medication. And so you're not taking your medication, you'll not reduce your viral load, and you could be getting sicker as the days go by. So if you have tested for HIV at home using a test kit over at least the last 1 year, we'll verify how much time we actually need to be concerned about. Please go back to a hospital and be tested. Also, we shared the lot number of the affected test kits. Check the lot number on the one you have. If that's the lot number, it is fake. If you are not sure, please call the FDA on the numbers displayed, or you could just send a picture to any of their DMs across the social media platforms. They will give you the right information and help you know if you need to be concerned or not. We'll bring you more information during our this morning segment as well. Now, when we go to big issues, we'll be talking about our visa-free policy. We're declaring Ghana as visa-free for all African countries, all countries who hold African passports. All right. While this comes as some good news to many people, others are concerned. Concerned about safety, immigration safety, the short-term monetary expense to our country, because if we are waiving visa costs, it means we are going to be losing out on some good money, revenue that we could be making as a country. And we would also expect to have more visitors coming into the country Is our immigration ready? Is it safe for us as a country? Are we ready to receive all these numbers? How prepared are we to fight immigration crime and immigration issues that may arise from the increased number of visitors that we could have coming into our country? And are we ready to ensure that all visitors also return? These are questions that have come up. But on the plus side, this would ease trade and tourism. We say that Ghana is a gateway to Africa, and we are excited about our year of return and the tourism opportunities that it presents to us as a country. Now, while all this is good, it means that we're going to have, increased tourism. Our tourist sites will have more visitors. That's more revenue for us in terms of tourism. And at a time when Ghana is being talked about across the world as a beautiful and safe place to visit, to reconnect with your roots, experience Africa. We've seen all the videos. And so this will be good for our tourism and trade as well. Now that we're closing our land borders to trade of certain commodities, fabrics, tomato paste, pasta, rice, and other things. Well, now it's visa-free, and so more people can come via air, via sea, or wherever, and it will ease trade in and out of the country. So this should be a good thing, right? We'll discuss this extensively on the big issues this morning. And then we'll talk about our sachet water producers. What are the real issues? Is it a genuine concern that our sachet water producers present with respect to the cost of raw material and their need to adjust pure water prices upward versus the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industries intervention, saying that the water prices will remain where it is now. And so there's going to be no adjustment upward or downward. We'll get into that further. And then, of course, we'll bring you sports, news, and more on the show this morning. But let's begin with our this morning segment. And if you take Trotro this morning, I want you to call me, all right? Call me if you take Trotro. Call and let us know how you feel about the arrival of 100 buses to ease our public transportation system and more. It's now time for This Morning. And it's now time for This Morning. Now, ahead of our conversation on public transport and the arrival of 100 buses to ease the pressures on our public transportation system, I just want us to have a quick look at this public health concern that the FDA has raised about some fake HIV test kits that are currently on the market. This is what you need to know so that you don't fall victim to the use of these fake test kits, get fake results, causing delayed treatment and other health risks that the FDA have raised. So this is what you need to know, all right? Now, there are fake test kits on the market, and these fake test kits are producing wrong test results, leading to delayed treatment and serious health risks. Now, this is the information that the FDA has given us. This is what you need to do and what you need to know. You have to check the test kits that you have. Check stocks, especially of Visitect HIV Advanced Diseases Test Kit, and immediately cease using any kit with lot number 0001586. Return all affected kits to the nearest FDA office for safe disposal. You might say that your test kit is fake, and so you'll not use it, and you might just leave it at home or wherever, and someone else might use it. So please don't just leave it there or dispose of it yourself. Please submit it to the nearest FDA office for safe disposal. Now, if you're not sure if the test kit you have is correct or the proper one, and you're not able to check the lot number by yourself, the FDA is available to speak to you for further guidance. Give them a phone call. Call their number 055-111-2224. It's a very simple number. So you get a 055, then 111-2224. All right? You can also call their other number, 0244-310-297, or visit any of the social media platforms, and they're happy to help you get the answers you need. Always verify before use. Your health is too important to risk. All right. Now, the Visitect CD4 Advanced Disease Test Kit. These are the manufacturer information. This is the manufacturer information and other information that you need to know. All right. First, the manufacturer is Omega Diagnosis Limited from the UK. The lot number is 0001586. IFU version 3. The date of manufacture is 2024, August 2024. And it's set to expire next year in January 2027. All right, here is a picture of what it looks like. It's Visitect CD4 Advanced Disease Test Kit. It is not the proper test kit for you to use. For if you bought an HIV test kit to use at home, please check if the one you bought was Visitect. You might want to go to the hospital for further checks because it is not correct. All right. Now, the original product that you are looking to buy is this one. This is the original product. Visitect CD4 Advanced Disease Test Kit. The manufacturer is AccuBio Limited. Remember, the fake one, the manufacturer is Omega Diagnostics Limited. The original one is from AccuBio. So what you want to buy is the one from AccuBio Limited. The lot number is 0002172. IFU version 1. All right. And it was manufactured in 2025, July 2025. And it's set to expire in November this year. It's set to expire in November this year. So this is just for your information. If you want to buy an HIV test kit, please look out for the Visitect CD4 Advanced Test Kit. Look for the manufacturing date. If you don't remember the lot number, you cannot memorize it. The manufacturing date is July 2025 and it's version 1. The IFU version is 1. IFU version 1. The fake one is IFU version 3. The correct one is IFU version 1. And the expiry date is November this year. All right? All right. So this is just a safety alert for all of us. Falsified HIV test kits have been identified, and we've showed you how you can spot these test kits, all right? So the FDA has identified affected products as Visitect CD4 Advanced Disease Test Kits with lot numbers 0001568, 1586, I beg your pardon. These kits are counterfeit, and they don't meet the approved standards. The fake kits wrongly list Omega Diagnostics as the manufacturer. So if your test kit is from Omega Diagnosis, it is fake. The one you want to buy is from AcuBio, all right? And it's supposed to be IFU version 1. That's the correct kit. In contrast, the genuine Visitech CD4 test kits are produced by AcuBio Limited, and they carry a different lot number. That's 0002172, along with proper product details. The falsified kits show incorrect manufacturing and expiry dates, while the original kits were manufactured in July 2025, and they're due to expire in November 2026. That's this year. The fake versions indicate August 2024 as the manufacturing date and January 2027 as the expiry date. The authority has directed all hospitals, laboratories, and testing centers to check their stock for the Visitech CD4 test kits. It's warned that any kits with lot number 0001586 must be removed from use at once. The FDA further instructs that such products should be returned to the nearest FDA office for proper disposal. Both health professionals and public should report any suspected fake medical products through its official channels. All right. So that's it for the information from the FDA that we have received. So that's just for your information. If you want to use or buy an HIV test kit, please look out for the one from AcuBio, which was not produced by Omega Diagnostics, because the one from Omega Diagnostics is fake, and it will give you fake results. Roland, this is very disturbing.
Yeah, very disturbing. Now, particularly when we know that people will voluntarily go to the market or go to the pharmacy or the shops to be able to get them. And here we are. People cannot identify or distinguish between which ones are the more approved or appropriately approved one. It's quite disturbing, particularly with the subject of HIV and the testing kits.
And you know, people... we hear of many relationships which begin with HIV testing. And imagine you go and test and then you're negative and then you think that you're safe, right? And you go on about this new relationship and you are in fact positive, not knowing. And I mean, you can imagine the distraction, this health distraction this will bring, because many people test annually their status. And this has been out, according to the date of manufacture, since 2024. Since 2024, and we are now announcing in 2026 that there are fake ones on the market. Imagine that. Imagine the number of pregnant women who might have tested, you know, and found that they were negative.
Not knowing they would need medical help because they were positive.
because of a pregnancy.
Yeah. And it's a big problem, and I think that it's also forthright that the Food and Drugs Authority has come to the public with this presser or information so that everybody is aware that this subject will have to be broached in such a way. It makes it more appropriate for people to be very knowledgeable or very much aware about the current, perhaps distinguished features of the fake as well as the rightly approved testing kits on the market.
And if you have tested at home using Visitech, you probably want to go to a hospital and test. Okay, if the date of manufacture was 2024, then it's been on the market for a while. And so you might want to go to the hospital to check. Because if you, in fact, are positive and you have tested negative, and so you have not been on antiretroviral drugs for, I don't know, a year since this product allegedly hit the market, then that's a problem. You will be getting sicker, unfortunately. And so if you've tested for HIV over the last 1 year or so, please go to a hospital and check. All right.
It's very important as well. On the other hand, also, we do know that the Ministry of Transport, as well as through the Metro Mass Limited, they've also brought in new buses, we're told 100, and it's all to augment public transportation right here in Ghana. And it also means that these challenges should be eased somewhat in many respects. You would know, just about some months ago, we had the subject matter of various bus terminals flogged with a lot of individuals, particularly during peak hours, who could not get access to buses or cars to their various destinations. And so it's a big issue. It's a big issue.
Yes, and we did even begin a series talking to people who use the train, our railway lines, because we hoped that we are at a time in our country where we should be able to comfortably rely on our railway system. And we found people sleeping under the trains.
Yeah.
You remember that viral video, that Cookie's interview with somebody who said that he actually lived under the train, and very disturbing. Well, now we have buses to help reduce the pressure.
Yes,
on our public transport system. Mr. Morgan has just joined us on the phone lines. Hello, Mr. Morgan.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir. Great to have you.
Please greet Mr. Roland for me. I'm calling from the northern region.
Oh, good morning to you as well, Morgan.
Yes, sir, Mr. Roland. I'm fine, sir. I'm fine, sir. I'm greeting to all. My greetings come to all your staff and everyone there. And I'll stand here and greet my constituency chairman, Elijah Baba Ghazali. He's a good person for the NPP party in the northern region, most especially Yindi. I'm also going to greet my Alhaji Hamza Yakubu. He's at Tamale. He's looking for a constituency secretaryship. May Allah lead him to. And I've come to the issue, the matter. We appeal to government that it should come to our aid and then look at the fuel prices for the ordinary Ghanaians to not to suffer, Mr. Roland. So we appeal to government. It should come to our aid and look at the fuel prices. Because ordinary Ghanaians are crying. Some of them, we don't have, we don't do anything. We don't have money. So if they increase the transport fare, some of us cannot travel against Roland. So I think I'll stop here and then we appeal to government to look at it very, very, very decent for us. I'll send my greetings to Alhaji Farooq Ali Muhammad. He's engaging here, performing his brother's funeral. My greetings going to him. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate the call. You can also call us. The phone number is on the screen. If you take trotro to work in the morning, let us know how you're receiving this news of the new 100 buses which have arrived in the country to help ease the pressure on our public transport system. Even if you don't take trotro to work, you've seen our bus stations. In fact, the bus stops along the road. You see many people gathered at different times of the day, sometimes even at 5 a.m. You already see that people with their children, trying to get trotro to work or to school. Sometimes, if I see you with children by the bus stop, I'll stop for you and give you a ride. But the truth is that beyond our buses, we've talked about over and over again that trains are the way.
Yes.
We've seen it happen across the world.
Very essential, and you have traveled widely as well, so you know that having this alternative means of transportation is very good to be able to connect cities and communities as well. We're hoping that one day maybe it will become a dream that could be realized in Ghana. I don't know how that is possible, but we'll get to see how that is. So we already do have Alhaji Bini Yerboshele on the line. Alhaji, good morning.
Paparo, that's right.
Nah.
Please. Let me send my greeting to Shemima Musa and Alhaji Alas and Dr. Abukar Wumbi and Municipal Secretary for Tago, Hussein Alas and Bagaman and some for sample. You see, Paparu.
Yes, sir.
When you look about the bringing these buses, I think that can help us because sometimes. And when you look about the people who driving for the roadside, some of them driving even from prices So when you think that you can increase the price in how government has directed to give, and that party, and they need to take it like this, and that can help the people in this country. So if we make the buses one place there, that one there, it can help us. So I think each and any region we have in this country will have their share, and that is what we want. But you know something, Paparu, when fuel price into some people, they are happy. They think that they should go beyond more than what we buy in MPP terms. But we too, we know how we keep on praying, and God will save our country. So let everybody say, but the pure water owners, especially water, and they refuse to increase the price. That one is good. Because some of the material, you don't buy for the where you claim and you buy it. And some of them you buy it in Nigeria and buy some in Ghana. So if you think that you can increase the price, it means that you have not been fair for us. So when they accept the government directive there, we thank God. So let's pray for them. The work should continue to go well for them. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Thank you.
Alhaji Bini, thank you for the call as well. And so we have these new buses coming in. We're told by the Ministry of Transport that we're going to have additional more, 100 in at this time. So what does it mean? In your own experience and perspective, do you think this is going to ease the congestion? Nai and I, just some few minutes ago, we're again recalling how it was quite difficult about several weeks ago, commuters or pedestrians or passengers being locked up or perhaps also stranded at various lorries or bus stations, not getting buses or cars to be able to get to their destinations during peak hours. And it's a big problem, now, particularly when people have to close. And you made a scenario about how people alongside their children haven't picked them up from school. And now you're tired from work. You've picked the same children from school. Mind you, they had been waiting for you to close work. And so you are with these same children, you are at this bus station, and you can't get a car. It's a big problem.
Well, let's read some messages coming in. Gaddafi from Ilo Krobo says, good morning. Now, the private sector always gets advantage when there's no competition in the system. The new buses will force private transport operators to reduce their unwarranted fare charges. But the only problem is that the only problem in our public sector is our maintenance culture. May God bless our homeland, Ghana. Aziz Donla from WA sends a message, and he says, he's talking about the HIV test kits. He says, for you to be sure of testing to know your status, you have to visit a VCT unit at the hospital. Go to the hospital. All right. Now, the government increasing its fleet of buses is a good idea. I wish the number could even go up to about 1,000. At least it's a step towards taking control of the transport system, which is currently controlled and directed by the private sector. Good morning to you and Roland. And that's from Simon Yang, texting us from WA. And Hamdu has just joined us on the phone lines. Hello, Hamdu.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Hamdu. How are you?
Yeah, this is Hamdu calling from Bushego.
Great to have
you. Indeed, the coming of these buses, in fact, it's a very happy thing that we all love it. If you look at the challenges in the transport sector, it's a cause for concern. This is one of the initiatives that the government has taken that is, pragmatically dealt with by people in the country. In fact, it's very good gesture, and therefore we applaud them. If our brothers are branding for, if I did brought petrol buses, we can talk of this Lulu buses, and now this one, and they are even saying that many more to come. In fact, they should put it into a very good use, so that the legacy of President Mahama will forever live. In fact, it's a very good gesture. I applaud them for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling us. You can also call us. The phone line is on the screen. We're talking about the 100 buses which have arrived, which is supposed to ease the pressure on the public transport system. If you take Trotro, you know what we are talking about. It's not easy. And the number of available Trotros is one thing. And then the state of the Trotro is also another thing.
Yeah.
To dress up nicely, sit in a car on your way to work, it rains a little bit. The car is you know, there are holes in the roof.
Yeah.
And then
the perforations.
Exactly. By the time you arrive, you don't look so good. Sometimes
and the windows
you don't smell so good.
are not so tight when it comes to being closed at the time it rains. No air conditions.
And it's worse when it's even hot.
Yes.
When the sun is hot, and we know how hot it is these days. You sit in Trotro, so of course no AC.
Yes.
The Trotro is full. By the time you get to work, you're sweaty.
Very uncomfortable.
A little dirty, maybe a little smelly. Not the best. Not the best. And so as for the public transport, the problems are many, including sometimes the physical shoving and pushing that you might have to endure trying to enter a bus. Anyway, Alidu has just joined us on the phone lines. Hello?
Hello, good morning, madam.
Good morning, Alidu. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you very much. And then greetings to Roland.
Thank you. Have a good one too as well.
Yes. Please, Roland, what the government did is a very nice initiative. But the issue is that sometimes these buses will come like this. And as you say, the government has purchased a number of buses. Within 1, 2, 3 years, you see the buses when you go to the yard, you see the buses that be on the top of the distance, saying that maybe there are some little things that they're supposed to maintain the car will be on the road to help. These buses, I am telling you, within 2, 3 years, you will be in the yard. It will not be working. So, and then we will start crying again. The government says, we are purchasing new buses. So it's not about the purchasing. The maintenance is the most important thing. It's the most important thing. So let's take note of that. Those who are managing it, they should make sure that if it is their own private distance transport. Buses, we see buses on the road for close to 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, thereabout. They are still running. We are entering the cars all the time. But when the government purchases a car like this, within 2, 3 years, they say the car has broken, it cannot make, they have to go to India, wherever to bring the distance, they want to bring it, they didn't. We haven't seen the conversation, we're hearing the conversation all the time. So sometimes our management is the most important thing. It's not about the purchasing. Can you imagine how many buses they purchased? Kufuor came with some, Atamis came, Nana Akufo-Addo also bought, John Mahama's first time he bought, the other one where are the buses? So they are telling us that all the buses that they bought, they are all gone west. None of them. So you see, my problem is a management problem. It's not about purchasing. When you purchase these cars, within 2, 3 years, I'm challenging you, next 2, 3 years, you ask about these cars. But we'll make sure that we'll take their numbers, the car numbers and everything. We'll be monitoring it. Within 2, 3 years, you will not see these cars on the road again. So there is a management issue. Thank you very much, Roland.
You seem to be in like minds with a number of our viewers and texters this morning. So this one is coming from Sherry Giovanni. Good morning to you, Samuel, who says that the arrival of these new buses is good news. The only questions are how durable and fit are they to withstand road and rough conditions, and whether the spare parts also will be easily accessible. If these buses wouldn't be given to private institutions to run and maintain, then government must put in stringent measures to ensure they are well maintained. And says good morning to Maria Moga of UEW as well. And a number of individuals also have said that, and it's also a good thing as well that the buses are in. Now, particularly for the buses that tend to ply Tema areas to Ashaiman, these need to be taken into consideration because those are rough areas. And says that help me appreciate the hard-working MC for Tema West Municipal Assembly, a man of his words under his leadership. The message says that the bridge between Ashaiman, Lincoln, Lashibi partially opened to traffic yesterday. And that's Ludwig Tay Totime, the MC of Tema West Metropolitan Assembly, a message coming from a well-known viewer coming to you. And then the last one, this one is coming from Sheikh Abubakar Napar, and says that we applaud government or thank government for bringing in these buses and to help improve the state of transportation. Myself and my family had a very bad experience by traveling to Tamale with STC once. We used 24 hours to get to Tamale. Very bad experience because we had consistent breakdowns of the buses as well. And then Madam Anna of Ejumaku, guest DA, also sends a message and says that it's a good thing that the buses are in. We should have more of them, and they have to link many communities. Madam Anne, Ejumaku, guest D, School A.
All right, now Kwamina from Acidity Ahafo says, good morning, Naya Roland. We thank the Minister for Transport and Government for the introduction of the new buses. Now, the pressure on the public transport system will reduce drastically. Special greetings to the DCE of Asutifi South, Honorable Asabil Benjamin Donko, and that's from Kwamina Acidity, texting as sending that in. All right, that'll be all for this morning. Thank you for your calls and your messages coming in, and shortly we will bring you the big issues on TV3 Newday.
All right, but we also have to tell you that you have to pack up your day with the best of the varieties of Peck biscuits, the Milky Way with the rich, smooth taste of Peck milk shortcake. It is pure delight. We're taking a break. We'll be right back.
Time for the big issues, where we discuss the major issues making the headlines in the country. And over the weekend, there were many headlines, the long Easter weekend. We're back at work, and we're going to try to discuss as many of them as we can. We've tabled two major issues. One, Ghana offering visa-free entry to all persons holding African passports to be able to travel into our country without the requirement of a visa. Now, this is a conversation that has been going on for many years, and Ghana being the gateway to Africa, as we call it, and probably the most hospitable country on the continent. This news has been received with mixed feelings. Now, while the rest of Africa is happy to hear this, that, okay, now we can go to Ghana without the need for visa, Ghanaians have raised questions. Chief among them is security concerns. Are we ready? Is our immigration ready for the possible high turnout at our airports, the numbers of persons who would be visiting our country because of this waiving of the visa requirement? Are we ready in terms of security, in terms of the number of personnel manning our various ports? Two, the revenue loss that this will bring. We know that if you want to come to Ghana, you apply for your visa, you pay a visa fee, and this is revenue to the country. Now we're waiving the requirement of visa. That means that we're going to be losing some revenue. Is this something that we're ready for? But on the plus side, our tourism sector will definitely see a boost. We have embraced and celebrated the Year of Return. Across the world, Ghana is talked about very fondly for the Year of Return initiative. And we see many visitors coming in to experience Ghana. So our tourism sector will definitely see a boost, and that will bring us some good revenue. Trade would also see a good boost. And so this is a good plus side. We're going to talk about it in whole, and we're happy to hear your thoughts on this issue also. Please, you can leave your messages under our Facebook live stream. I'll read as many of them as I can, or with the hashtag TV3 Newday, you can send your messages on X. Just tag us and I'll read your messages. We're also going to be talking about pure water. Now, we know that we were expecting a 50% increase in the sachet water prices, but through the intervention of the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, we are told that the pure water prices are remaining the same. It's not going to go up. However, the manufacturers are not too happy. They have complained about the cost of raw material, among others, which is affecting the cost of production and thereby the need for increase. These are the two major issues we're going to be talking about. But this morning, we know that we received some buses, 100 buses, which will ease the pressure on our public transportation system. If you take Trotro to work, this should be good news for you. And we heard from some of you this morning. I'd be happy to hear from more of you under our Facebook live stream. Leave your messages and I'll read them as we go. In studio, we're joined by our guests. They're here and seated already. Austin Bracco Powers is here every Tuesday. Private legal practitioner. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? We are soldiering on. You're soldering on. And how are matters at the Supreme Court?
It's like I told you the last time, they're shaping up well.
They're shaping up well.
Yes, and we are preparing for a showdown, as they always say.
A showdown? Yeah. Okay. But from the look of things, I mean, have you gone back to court since you filed?
No.
You haven't gone back?
We haven't.
Okay.
But I'm sure in the coming days, we should be hearing from the registrar.
Okay, in the coming days. Yes. All right. All right. Well, by the way, Austin Bracco Powers is at the Supreme Court seeking a declaration that the change of the name of the Kotoka International Airport was not done in accordance with the law, because there's laid down procedure that must be followed before that can be done. So we are waiting to see how that will turn out. But for now, the airport is called Accra International Airport. And depending on how this matter goes, it may remain Accra International Airport or be changed back to Kotoka International Airport. All right. Also in studio, we're joined by Dr. Ezekiel Ejekum Obing with the NPP. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How was your Easter?
Oh, fantastic. I spent the Easter on a farm. So I'm feeling very rejuvenated and happy to be back to work. How was yours?
It was quite peaceful, very restful. At least took time off to at least rest the bones and the muscles a bit for the body to at least regain some strength. So yeah, it was all good.
Great to have you. I think this is the first time I'm having you on Big Issues.
Upon our return.
Yes. Upon your return.
Yes.
Well, Dr. Tanko Computer is also here with us on the show this morning, and he brings warm greetings from Gifek.
Oh, yeah. Let me say good morning to you, and then the cherished workers of TV3. Let me take this opportunity to wish them a happy Easter. It was a nice one, and council here, for council, we're meeting, and then Doctor, good morning to you. Good morning. And the good people of Bimbilla constituency. I mean, I wish them well. I mean, I should have been with them for the Easter celebration. Unfortunately, some assignment took me off. I mean, it's well and good. We are resetting the country. It's getting on well.
We are told that we're expecting some 100 buses. Well, they have arrived.
Oh, yes, already
more.
They are in the country. 100 is already in the country.
Okay.
And in August, additional 100 will be coming in. And then the last 100 will come in November. I mean, bringing 300 buses.
Where are they coming from?
In fact, it's through the Ministry of Transport, which is working on that one to support the Metro bus transit system, especially the public transport system. You know, it's been broken down completely. I mean, as we speak now, it's in tatters. The public transport system is in tatters. Remember what happened last year when people were stranded and all this kind of thing. So government took this initiative to support the public transport with that. You see, our difficulty in Ghana is our public transport system. If we are able to manage it well, I can assure you, we won't have these challenges that we have daily when people are going to work and all this kind of stuff. If we are able to manage it well and get proper vehicles, buses for the general public, I can assure you it will reduce our dependency on fuel and then people trying to use their private vehicle. You know, when you go outside in a foreign country, they rely on public transport a lot, trains and buses. You hardly see a lot of people using their own private vehicle because it's become disincentive to use your own vehicle because of insurance and maintenance and other things. So it becomes disincentive. When you go out there, it's rather good you use the public transport because it's readily available. That is why we are trying to modernize our public transport system in Ghana. And thumbs up to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for this initiative. You see, similar projects happened. But what did we see? Especially, why is Metro Mass on its knees now? It's because of the management structure that was put in there. That is why Metro Mass is currently on its knees.
What are you doing differently?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Looking at the fleet that we are bringing, and then the new leadership they have put in there. I know the gentleman. It's a lawyer, very astute young lawyer, who is managing the Metro Mass as of now. If you look at this thing, and recently they held a press conference. Look at how the buses were auctioned out. Very bad. 3,000 Ghana cedis. How can you sell a bus 3,000 Ghana cedis to party food soldiers? That was the problem. 3,000. Even a tire of a bus, how much is it? And so these are the problems we are talking of. And so it has made...
What are you doing differently?
We are doing different. That is why I'm saying the management structure has been put in place. And that one alone is a game changer. And that has brought us to this, where you can see so beautiful, beautiful buses. And these buses...
One of our callers talked about these beautiful buses. We've seen them like this. But next thing we know, they are parked in a yard, not moving. They don't see proper maintenance and repair. And then suddenly we are back to square one. This will not be the first time we've brought buses into the country.
See, this one, it won't be like that. Don't forget.
That's why I keep asking you, what are you doing differently?
We used to run the Tata buses and OSA. You remember those days? That was our time. In the early 90s and early 2000s, there was this group known as OSA buses.
I remember OSA.
Good. Then later on, NPP came and brought in Metro Mass.
Yeah.
Now, the type of buses they brought, maintenance was a problem. Spare parts. They were having difficulties in getting spare parts to maintain those buses. So if they were doing what we call cannibalization, take one and use it to fix the other one. That's why you had a lot of them which were just parked in the yard like that, because they weren't getting spare parts to maintain them. This time we have moved away from that mechanism. We are going for buses that can easily be maintained. That
Where
can
are
be
they
handled.
from?
This one is
Egypt.
Yes, it's coming from Egypt. The deputy minister was there to inspect them. They are coming from Egypt. So
are they brand new?
Brand new. These are brand new buses. Brand new. In fact, and then so the maintenance culture, the people have been trained in how to handle it. And then the manufacturers too are in Ghana. They've come down to make sure that they train the handlers how to handle the buses, and so that the lifespan it can be sustained. That is what we are.
Are the drivers from the Metro Mass Transit?
Oh yes, they are Metro Mass. They are trained them, and then to make sure that that kind of mentality that they used to have will be taken off, because we are now resetting. We are in the era of reset agenda, and so they have to reset their minds to in the way they handle the Metro Mass. It's a state transport, and we'll make sure that the general public will have the benefit of their labor through this mechanism. So the president is mindful about that. We are trying to help the general public, and I think my brothers from the NPP will support this laudable initiative.
Before Doc comes in to support you, you mentioned trains, and now that is also a major problem for us. Our public transport system, the bus is wonderful, great that you brought them in, but you mentioned your experience overseas, and we know that overseas, one sure way that people commute back and forth to ease traffic, among other things, is through the railways. Our railway system is not the best at the moment. We conducted a full campaign where we constantly visited the various railway lines and spoke to people who use the trains and people who work there. And we find that now the slums that are developing along the railway lines are growing by the day. Some of our trains are not in the best shape, and we don't have enough trains. Are you going to turn your attention to the railway lines as well, or are we stopping at the buses?
No. We are doing something about the railway. You know, under the big push, another thing, there's this project that is linking Accra to Kumasi with a speed
train.
The president spoke about it recently. Feasibility study is almost complete, and they are doing something about it. Government is mindful about it, because now the world is moving towards that, what you are talking of. I've seen it a lot. When you go out there, trains linking major cities, and then people hardly use it. It will reduce this carnage on our road. People are just dying badly of late because of the bad nature of the route. And when we are doing the big push, and now people are putting spanners in the spokes, they don't want Ghanaians to enjoy good routes. See how they are. Now we are trying to develop speed train. Look, currently, Western region, I saw the Deputy Minister of Health. She went and visited the train center. Government has revamped that aspect. Currently, as we speak now, and it's going to start working. The Western line. Government is doing something about it. So railway is another area government is much interested in. And I can assure you, within the shortest possible, you see a lot of work going on there. Remember the Makapan or the train lane? Yeah. That one is going to come upstream. Unfortunately, you know our brothers and propaganda. When I brought that in
Pakadine,
that railway line, if they had taken it seriously, I don't think we would have these difficulties. But unfortunately, you know the train they brought in there. Always interested in second-hand things. And that thing couldn't go anywhere. It broke down. And so we are trying to fix that one too. And then open our space for that one. In fact, it's one area I think the minister is very much interested in. The Minister of Transport, I trust him. He's somebody who is action-oriented. And they are going to do something about that one. It will ease us a lot, because I like traveling with train. When you are in there, it's comfortable, and then safety is top-notch. Right. Anytime I travel, I use train, and I'm happy that government is bringing it back and is going to join Accra to Kumasi with this train, so that we can easily move to Kumasi within the speed of one hour or 2 hours, and you'll be in Kumasi without any difficulty.
This is great news, isn't it?
It was great until Mr. Tanko veered into the realms of politics and propaganda.
So propaganda.
I mean, it's about human lives, it's about how we commute, it's about how we get to our workplaces safer and faster. So anything that inures to the benefit of the Ghanaian, that's what we should all come together to propagate. And even on the side of the NPP, you'll recall that our flag bearer made it a very strong campaign point that looking at the various items that constitute cost of living, we talk of accommodation, talk of feeding and transportation. So what he sought to do if he had opportunity, was to bring in as many as possible electric vehicles who would rely on electricity and wouldn't rely on the usual gasoline that we use. That way, cost of operation becomes cheaper, and by extension, the transport fares also become cheaper.
Reduce.
And it sort of helps people to augment people and reduce how much we spend to commute to and fro our homes. So I think we brought about 10 of the electric buses, and either before or after the MPP left, we saw the electric buses coming in and they started operations. And we saw various reviews from Ghanaians, which obviously pointed to the fact that at least we had made some inroads. So contrary to what Mr. Tanko wants to put out, there was a clear agenda, not just to bring in buses, but to bring in buses which operational cost will be reduced, and by extension, the Ghanaian will see the benefit of such initiative. Beyond that, we are in the era of climate change.
Are the buses still on the road?
The ones we brought, I believe, they're on the road. We are in the era of climate change. So we thought even beyond the fact that I need to spend less on transportation to get to work or to any destination of my choice. We thought of the environment. We thought of where we live as a people. So we went a step further, not just to bring buses, but to bring electric buses. Which activities and operations will reduce our carbon emission and our carbon footprint as a country? And as part of global discussions or whatever is happening around the world, climate change is very key in our daily activities now. In fact, if you go to BOST, as of now, a whole new unit is created for green transitions. And our president, as part of the reshuffling of the ministries, I think brought in something like that in terms of green transition and climate efficiency. So yes, that's what we thought of doing. So when the opportunity comes for us to discuss these things, I think we should do them without politics. Then the Ghanaian will see to what is important to them and what government, either as a continuum or even a new idea, is doing to augment and help them out of their hassle, as we say. When it comes to the transportation sector, NPP did a lot. In fact, we keep boasting of our records.
You just said we shouldn't politicize.
Yeah, Mr. Tanko went on that tangent. So it's very.
So I thought you were going
it's only natural that I situate the argument properly. Then we come back to the home issues to address the home issues. We keep boasting of Akufo-Addo's administration being the best in terms of road construction. About 13,000 kilometers of roads. At the last reckoning, before Mr. Tanko's government left in 2016, our president today, during his first term, stood in Parliament and told us within the 8 years, they had constructed just a little over 4,000 kilometers of roads. And it's a matter of public record. And we have also challenged and put out the fact, defended very, very vehemently, which I believe Mr. Tanko believes very well, that Akufo-Addo's administration saw to the best road constructions we've had in this country. So when it comes to transport sector, it was not just the buses that the government was bringing in. It also we took into cognizance the importance of our road network in the country. Then we can also go to the railway sector. We saw the work the Akufo-Addo government did in the railway sector, and the information is there. We can all attest to the information. How much the government of the day and the Akufo-Addo spent and worked, and a whole ministry of railway development was established to see to the construction of our railways. So we can't have the discussion, and if certain praises need to be apportioned to any leader, we can't take Akufo-Addo's administration out of the glory. So when it comes to the politics of it, the records of Mr. Tanko's government and his party, either in the past or currently, can never match what the Akufo-Addo's administration did. In fact, we can even give them the next 20 years. And they still will not match what the Akufo-Addo has done, including in the railway sector.
We are expecting buses in August, another 100, and another 100 in November. That will make 300 buses in a year.
What is important is the question you asked. How are we maintaining those buses? And Mr. Tanko once again went on political expedition. If politics is anything to go by, as at the time Mr. Tanko and his party were taking over the realms of governance, we had at least 135 Alolo buses functioning.
Were they bought brand new?
They were functioning, whether brand new or what MPP even inherited. We had 135 buses functioning optimally. During our dark days in the transport sector, when Ghanaians were getting home around 10 p.m. after closing at 5 p.m. from work, the news that your online media platform and other media platforms reported was that as at 31st December, before the MPP was preparing to leave out of office, 135 buses, Ayalolo, were functioning. During our problems, the search that was done, the audit that was done, showed that only 80 at the time was functioning. So in less than a year, after the NDC and Mr. Tanko's government took over, the maintenance culture they showed us was that they couldn't even maintain the 135 they came to meet. And this is from credible media outlets. I'm not the one, conjecturing figures here. 135 functional buses. In less than a year, only 80 was functioning. A whopping 55 of the buses were rendered useless, quote and unquote. So yes, you can talk of the 300 coming in. We can speak of the 100 that has already arrived. But the maintenance culture, because so far, the verdict is that you could not even maintain 135. So even if we bring in 1,000 buses, the assurance and what we have seen on the face of the pink sheet is that you cannot maintain them. So the predecessors that Mr. Tanko sought to run down by trying to impugn that they did not manage the transport sector well, the records as it is now shows to the contrary. So yes, it's good to bring in the buses. We all appreciate them. It will come to ease the stress of the Ghanaian. The Ghanaian will no longer close at 5 p.m. and go home at 10 p.m., eat and sleep within few minutes, wake up again and go back to work. The health implications of that as well. The stress the Ghanaian goes through, at least.
How did the NPP manage the Metro Mass transit system?
Oh, as the mother of the Metro Mass transit idea, President Kufuor's idea, no one takes care of the baby better than the mother. We saw the state of Metro Mass under the NDC. And they tried to clone the idea.
I'm asking you about the state of the Metro Mass.
It was very well managed, at least not just the Metro Mass Transit. The STC buses, we saw the rejuvenation under the MPP when it came to the STC buses. In fact, Honorable Nana Komia, as the MD of STC, we saw the new vibe, at least, he brought. And then Ayalolo, I just have given you some facts to back what I'm trying to say. So it wasn't just the Metro Mass, it was the STC buses and the Ayalolo buses as well.
He spoke about the sale of the Metro Bus.
I have no idea of any buses that have been auctioned.
You're not aware?
I can't speak to the buses.
You are not aware?
I'm not aware of any buses that have been
there
auctioned.
Was a disposal of more than 300 Metro Mass transit buses reportedly auctioned.
I'm not aware of any auction, so I can't speak to it.
Some of the buses were sold for 2,500 Ghana cedis.
Those that I'm aware of.
Because you've been talking about credible media houses and their publications.
Yes. So you are drawing my attention to it.
You are on top of the news.
I am not aware of a sale of any Metro Mass or Ayalolo bus. But if that was the case,
you are not aware of this.
I am not aware of this. And I would humbly admit that I'm not aware of any sales. At least if there was anything that was done that was untoward, we can all speak to it.
Yeah, that's why I'm drawing your attention.
Exactly. So if there was any wrongdoing in the sales of the buses or parts of the buses, we can all speak to it and call the people out. But what is established is that contrary to claims that the MPP mismanaged the sector, the facts do not support what the claims are. Go to STC. We all saw the buses. We all saw the live STC, had under the MPP, having wireless buses, fully air-conditioned, better buses, brand new buses under the auspices of Onamnana Komia. And go to STC, goes to Ayalolo. So, Mr. Tanko, we celebrate anything that a government needs to do to help our transport sector. In terms of roads, the records of the MPP is unmatched. In terms of railways, the records of the MPP are unmatched. In terms of maintenance of the buses, either the MPP brought or inherited from the NDC, the record as put out on 15th January by credible media houses state that if there is any form of mismanagement, it is rather at the doorstep of Mr. Tanko and his government.
All right. I think it's strange that you don't know about this sale, but since you say you don't know, I cannot force you to know. Yeah. So, but thanks for your contribution there. Let me come to you, Austin Bracco.
No, this is a welcome development, but I think the hype is too much.
The hype is too much?
Yes. And I say this because buses, or the need to buy buses, is one of the challenges bedeviling our transport system.
How's that?
Because the thing is that we have poor road network and inadequate road infrastructure. Many of our roads, with the exception of a few where you have maybe 2 lanes, 3 lanes, we have 1 lane each. And you are going to you are having these buses on our roads, and the intention is that it will ease traffic. It will rather compound the traffic situation in the country. So, so buses, or the need to buy buses, I'm not suggesting that it is not needed, but I'm saying that it is one of the many problems facing our transport system. So beyond the inadequate road infrastructure, which I have talked about, we have prices of spare parts. The price of spare parts in this country, I mean, they are rising through the roof. You go to Abosokai or Swame Magazine or any other place, and let's say you go there today to buy spare parts. Tomorrow when you go there, you'll be given a different price altogether. So what are we doing to regulate that sector? If you bring the buses and people can now afford spare parts, are we making progress or not? The issue hasn't been about the lack of buses on our roads. It has been about poor road infrastructure, inadequate road network in this country, as well as the prices of spare parts. And now the thing is that I have said that the transport sector is one of the sectors that the government must step in to regulate. And I say so because there are certain sectors in certain sectors that are key to the economy, and that in fact regulate the well-being and the welfare of Ghanaians. And transportation is one of the important sectors. And if you don't regulate it, if the central government does not step in, that is where you have these private individuals take advantage of innocent Ghanaians.
Can we regulate the prices of spare parts?
No, I'm talking about the transport sector.
Okay.
So GPRTU and the individual organization. I've already dealt with the spare parts. The spare parts, the government must meet with the association, the spare parts sellers association. Let's streamline their challenges and address their issues. Because I tell you, if we don't do that, it will create problems. My issue has to do with the fact that we need to step in and control or regulate the transport sector, because it is very important. GPR to wake up today and say they want to increase fares, and some other organization, other transport organization, association will also wake up and say we are not under GPRTU, so we have our own prices. Now, it is important we set up a transport authority to regulate the sector, because it is very important. And there's another thing you touch on, the need to diversify our transport system. It's very important. And I've been asking myself since 1992, our railway sector has not witnessed significant growth. And it bothers me. So as I try to interrogate this issue, there are 2 things that came to mind. First of all, it is either we've not invested enough in the railway sector, or we've invested enough, but the money is in someone's pocket. So 2 things. Either we've not invested enough since 1992 for well over 33 years, or we've invested enough, yet the money is slipping somewhere. It's a major challenge. It is good the government has brought in the buses. Now we are looking at 300 buses to use which road? Which road are we going to put these buses on?
Because of the big push projects, we are seeing a lot of the roads, development on a lot of the roads.
Now the 100 buses are coming when even the big push project had not even taken off. How many road network has a big push project constructed in this country? We're having to bring 100 buses to rest or ride on which road? The big push, which is a dream, which is yet to take off, where contract had been awarded to people, and we have not even seen a kilometer road constructed under the big push. Which road is this? Are these buses going to use?
The whole country is construction site.
Can you imagine? So if the country is a construction site, you are bringing 300 buses to use construction site. Now,
so you're saying the buses have come too early?
I'm saying that the basic thing we need to concentrate on has to do with the road network, inadequate road infrastructure. How do we make our lanes 2 lanes, 3 lanes? In fact, I had opportunity to stay in Liberia, and sometimes when I look at I was comparing Liberia to Ghana, they have this 1 in, 1 out, like 1 lane, like the way we have over here. And I was asking myself, so what progress have we made? We pride ourselves as the Pan-African and the pioneer of African integration and economic integration, and that we've developed. We are even far advanced than some other African countries. We even boast that in West Africa we are the leaders. We lead Nigeria by road network. I visited Nigeria. Sometimes you could have 4 lanes, in 4, in, out 4. 4 lanes, not the one we have. So now I'm saying that the buses, is good that they brought the buses, but the basic thing that we need to concentrate on has to do with getting more road network and fitting most of our corridor roads with asphalt and making them more travel. These are the things we need to concentrate on. But if you bring 300 buses to use which road, it will even deepen and compound the vehicular traffic in the country. The situation. Sometimes you ask yourself, when I was driving to this place, I left at 5:30. Ordinarily, when I do the math, I'm supposed to be here plus or minus by 7:10. But I was choked. I was stuck in traffic. And I saw people on the road waiting for transport.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? In fact, the situation goes beyond the buses. And I think the government will have to concentrate on that. Our one lane is compounding the problem. So if you want to have easy access, you can't have easy access. Now, I can tell you, those who are living at Kaswa and beyond, if anything happens to the Tetegu bridge, that means that a whole section of Ghanaians will not have access to Accra. These are matters we should be talking about. Do we have any inlet or outlet? How many outlets or inlet do we have in this country? Sometimes we construct road and we make it, there's only one inlet. So when there's a problem, nobody goes out, nobody moves in. And that is the problem we should be concentrating on. How are we going to maneuver and address this situation? Not the buses. I'm not saying bringing the buses is not good, but I'm saying that the hype is too much and is needless. Let's concentrate on the fundamental things we need to do. Increase or improve our road networks, fit the unmotorable roads with asphalt, and create more inlet and outlet. Okay. These are the matters we should be concentrating on. And Tanko should understand. And you see, now the funny thing is that Tanko understands what I'm talking about. He knows deep down his heart that we need all these things to be done. But, sometimes politics will take the better part of our own individuals and they will fail to speak the truth.
All right.
We must face the truth and face it.
I'm giving you the final word. Please
Dr.
make it brief.
Mention this thing, state transport, STC. I cringe. I don't know when was the last time he visited any of their terminals in Ghana. STC. It's a dead place now. Have you visited any of their places? STC, you can easily count their buses of late.
Okay, we're talking about the numbers.
But know the numbers. Do you know the numbers who left them? These people. That's why I'm saying that I cringe. It's like doctor has been traveling outside. He has not been traveling internally to see what is going on in the country. Council, the whole country is a construction site. The big push, the whole country. That's why our opponents are uncomfortable. Look, bulldozers are all over the place. Construction is going left and right. These people are saying they constructed road. Now they are talking about big push. Where are your routes? People are dying left and right. Just recently, just about 2 days ago, go and see the Kaneshie on Techima Tamale route.
You're saying it's not true that they constructed 130
I said this
kilometers
one,
of
that's
road.
why I don't want to say their construction was on paper.
Was it 13,000 or 100?
They mentioned those things. And then those
yes.
things, where are they? And the people are dying left and right. And council is talking about it. If the roads were there, council tell him. He is talking of routes that they've constructed 13,000. You are saying there's no rules for vehicle to pass. So which one are we talking now? You see, these buses are there to support the public transport system. These people run it down. I just gave you an example. You see, doctor is very magnanimous. He knows. The people who took the 3,000, some even as low as 2,500, a whole bus.
He says he has not heard of it.
I say he's magnanimous. I should understand him. Give him that instead. He knows what he's talking about. But it's a public knowledge. In fact, it came out. It's all the media houses published that, like the one he's also referring to, the media houses publishing about our issue. Ayalulu, we brought it. And we were working with this one nicely and came in. When we came, you parked them there. Even not Ayalulu, a lot of buses you parked. The Wando buses, the one which was used for the health service, they ran it down. These are the kind of thing we're talking of. So we came in, we started advancing. Look, we're talking of railway. You had only one line and you went and established a whole ministry for one line railway. If not Ghana, where can you see this? One line railway, then you went and established a whole ministry and put a minister there. Then they end up saying that they were doing Sky Train. I was expecting doctor to talk about it. What has happened to the Sky Train? The people are standing trial over that matter. They just handed over our money, millions of dollars to some people free of charge. And now we are here. A whole ministry was established for that. We said we won't do that. That is why we have the leanest government. We are trying to resolve this matter and revamp the road sector, especially the railway. And that is why the minister is keen on that. And government is doing something about it. So we need your support. We need everybody's support in this direction. We are not doing politics. We are not doing propaganda. Whatever we are doing, doctor will enjoy it. Council will enjoy. Everybody will enjoy. Because we are not going to paint the road with NDC colors. We won't do that. They will use it. Then they are good. These buses, as can see, you see the beautiful colors on it. Very beautiful. It's for them. These people who are now stranded, when the buses come, they won't be stranded. The buses will move them. You see, we have not put party colors in there. Unlike them, they will put, you would have seen some blue things and other things. That's what they were doing. You see, but these are the things we are talking of.
These are the brand colors of the Metro Mass Transit.
Ask the other ones. Didn't you see what was going on there?
Metro Mass Transit.
They were
They're all orange and white.
Yeah, we know, but some of them were there. I said to the small ones they brought in. They were
all right. All right. So we'll pause on this topic and then move on to the next one. We'll pause on this topic and move on to the next one. Let me just read some messages coming in on this matter. Good morning. Now, the research agenda is real. The delivery of 100 buses as promised by the Minister of Transport and the MD of the MMT is worth applauding. The buses should be deployed on direct intercity routes to ease the difficulties of traveling in the public. Kudos to the hardworking team. And that's from Stephen Peng, texting us from Wa. More messages coming in. Good morning, Na. My fear is that if it breaks down, it will be left at the mercy of the weather. Rats and thieves will come like scrap collectors. This is Ghana, where maintenance is thrown to the dogs and national properties are seen as nuisance. Our biggest problem is maintenance. I'm wondering how long these buses will last on the road. My best regards to Comrade Jonathan Abdallah Salifu, NDC Upper East Regional Communicator. And that's from Landlord, texting us from Bolga, D line. More messages coming in. Good morning, Na. It's good news, the introduction of these new buses. We, the people of Angloga and Keta, are appealing to the Transport Minister to provide at least 2 of these buses for our area. Our transportation fares from Accra to Angloga and Keta are too high for us. And that's from Kotoka Courage, texting from Angloga, Lashibi, sending that. I'll read one more message and we'll move on to the next topic. Good morning. Now, all government needs to do is remove all the trotro buses from the system and use government buses. All right. We'll end your messages here. I'll read more of your messages as we go. But let's move on to the next topic. Ghana is opening its doors to the rest of Africa as we are declaring the visa-free entry for all persons who hold African passports. And this is set to begin on the 25th of May, which coincides with Africa Day. And we are the 5th country in Africa to do this. Now, this has been received with mixed feelings. Some say this is amazing for us. It's a great Pan-African move. Others say, are we ready? Are we ready to do this? And what happens to the loss of revenue with respect to visa fees? Do we really need to do this at this time? What are we trying to prove? That's the question. Let me start with you, Austin Barker-Powers.
Yeah.
Is this a step in the right direction at this time?
Now, my position is that this is a good thing. It depends Pan-Africanism. In fact, it strengthens Ghana's Pan-African leadership. And it pushed further the agenda of our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And I'm sure it is common knowledge that this is not the first time Ghana is opening its borders to Africans. In fact, on December 18th, 2024, ex-president Nana Akufo-Addo announced a similar policy, which was to take effect on the 6th of January 2025. And I was expecting that when this government took over, they would have continued with the policy. But it appeared it wasn't part of their plans. Or it is part of the usual politics, where when you inherit a project or a policy by your predecessors, you decide not to continue with it and come up with your own policy so as to own it or engender ownership. So I was just surprised because I thought if we had started on January 6th, we would have made significant progress. Now, my concern is not the idea of visa-free travel, but the implementation capacity. Are we ready? We have given ourselves May 25th to run this policy. Are we ready? Some people have said that the benefit outweighs the challenges. But the thing is that even merely acknowledging that there will be some challenges is enough for us to shudder a little and also rework our lines. The thing is that, are we yet ready for cross-border, increase in cross-border crime? And now, it will surprise you to know our borders are not properly manned. There are people who find themselves in this country, and our immigration officers even ask themselves, how did this person come into this country? Are you not surprised that immigration officer, someone paid by taxpayers to man our borders, will be asking us, how did this person find himself in this country? I should tell you that our borders are just there. The people there, they are sleeping on a job. What are we doing to capacitate them? What are we doing to ensure that we implement smart border systems? This government told us that they were coming to use AI to do a lot of things. But it looks like the AI conversation has now been pushed somewhere else. Because they told us they were coming to use AI, in fact, to ramp up revenue and do a lot of things. But the conversation...
Is this in respect of immigration?
Yes. Now, the border, smart systems, you have to use AI. Some countries, when you go to Europe, they are using AI to man their borders, to increase to increase the patrol of their borders, to protect their citizens. What are we doing? These are the real conversation we should be having. It's not about scoring political.
It's a question of whether we are ready at this time.
That is the conversation.
To receive Africa.
Influx.
Because of course,
in fact,
there's going to be a higher number of people
it's an influx.
coming in.
It's an influx. That is my concern. It's not about opening our borders to 2 or 3 people or 1,000 or 2,000 people. It's an influx. And you touch on the revenue hole that will be created. I think the government may have rationalized that and felt that the Pan-African agenda outweighs the revenue that we are likely to lose.
And we'll probably make up for it in tourism.
That is what they are right. That's what they are thinking. But it is not a conclusive, or it's not a fail-safe conclusion to say that because we are opening our borders, we will witness an influx of Africans or Africans holding, or any individual holding an African passport. Implementation capacity, I don't think we are yet there. And they are saying they will have e-portal. Even the one we have here, where we have to even book our own passport, has issues. the one the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website, where you have to go and make an appointment for your passport and other things. They come with challenges. How are we going to make sure that we have all these individuals, we have the technicians or people with the technical expert to man and make sure that when they are applying, they won't face any difficulty? And how are we going to, in fact, scrutinize the application? Because the way it's going to operate, you have to apply, you won't have the opportunity, you won't go to the consulate, you won't go to the consulate, you won't be vetted. So you just apply and you upload certain documents. And if it is approved, you just come to the country. We need to put in measures. And now the conversation is not conclusive. The minister and even the president has not even told us all the full facts. Don't forget that currently we open our borders to 26 nationals from, 26 African nationals. And with this policy, we are adding 29 more countries. So what will be the duration of their stay? Is it 30 days? You talk about the fact that we are joining 6 other African countries.
4 others.
4 other African countries. So we have the Gambia, Benin, Sachet, and we have Rwanda, who have opened their borders to other African nationals. But they have stated duration period. Some 30 days, some 90 days. I know Rwanda does 90 days. So what is the policy direction? Are we going for 30 days as we are currently giving to other African countries, other West African countries, or we are going for 90 days? That conversation has not been clarified. And again, government must move a step further. Now, government must speak to other African countries to give a reciprocal access to Ghanaians, to their respective countries. Yes, we need a reciprocal access to their countries. Because opening our borders to them without a reciprocal access to their country may create problems.
Why?
Why? They will have free access to come and do business over here, but we will have challenges when we are trying to access their...
Isn't that already the case? Around the world, say if you wanted to come to Ghana from the United States, you need a visa.
Yes, you do.
You can get your visa here on arrival. It's easy. But if you wanted to go to the United States,
it's not easy.
You cannot get visa on arrival. In fact, getting a date for your interview is a whole
Now that is the conversation.
Ceremony.
That's the conversation I'm asking the government to lead.
That's why I'm asking whether it's something we can ask as of right.
Yes, we should. Because don't forget that when this government took over, they have successfully been able to talk to some other countries to have to establish visa-free access to Ghanaians.
Maybe Kazakhstan or whatever.
Yes. So, and we know MPP also did same. They also had an agreement with other countries where Ghanaians could go. In fact, Singapore, Ghanaians could go to Singapore without visa. Now, I'm saying that this is a conversation that must be had. There must be a reciprocal access to other African countries. Particularly, not the West African countries. Because as for West African countries, we know because of the ECOWAS protocol, we have unimpeded access to these countries. But the East African countries, the North,
and Southern Africa. This is the agenda the government must push. Because it's about telling them I'm giving you access. And they are bringing trade. And I'm saying that this is aligned with the broader vision of African integration and economic integration being championed by AU. And also, it fits directly within frameworks, legal frameworks, or international legal frameworks such as the African Continental Free Trade Area. So it's a good policy, but the implementation capacity is my worry. 2, the duration of stay. It's not stated.
3.
Maybe Mr. Tanko can tell us.
Then the 3rd one is that the government must insist on a reciprocal access to other African countries. When we do that, the conversation will be complete.
Okay.
Without that, the conversation is incomplete. And I'm saying that let's not be moved by any Pan-African agenda to take decisions that may hurt us in the future.
All right. Doc.
It's refreshing to note that a vision of Akufo-Addo finally has come to fruition. So it's on a good note that at least finally, even though belated, I'm sure Mr. Tanko and his government just wanted some air to pass and reintroduce it later to try and claim a certain glory, if there is. And similar thing happened with the repatriation argument that Akufo-Addo strongly initiated, and they later smuggled their way through the back door to try and take credit for.
But you could have implemented it during your time.
Everything comes, in stages. Everything comes in stages. Otherwise, then we should have gone back to the first president of our Fourth Republic to have asked him to implement it then. And in fact, our president had his time. Our current president had his time during his first term. So yes, things happen at the right time. And the conversation, just as the repatriation conversation, happened at the right time. Akufo-Addo championed it, and it was concluded by the NDC. Same with the visa-free. And at least back then, NPP also did something. In November 2023, we had similar agreement with South Africa for a cumulative 90-day tourist business stay in the country without visa. So yes, that's the process. So at least we started from somewhere, and we'd always get somewhere. The issue has to do with what Council tried enumerating, that we need to make sure that the contingency measures are put in place to curb the excesses that would come with this policy. Oftentimes, our borders are already porous. And looking at Ghana and our neighboring countries, at least, we've seen some political unrest in certain countries closer to Ghana. And not to remind any close relative of their pain, but recently, our market women who were unfortunately murdered in Burkina Faso. It all speaks to how freely we are able to move within our sub-region and the excesses of certain exigencies of today. That we have coup makers and some extremist organizations that we need to be careful of. We are opening up our borders. How are we making sure that our borders are so secured such that those excesses cannot be extrapolated or brought into our country? We have issues of drug and drug trade. Mr. Tanko could help us and tell us what has become of those drugs that apparently were seized by the government. What has become of that news? What has become of that investigation? But at least
even
we
human
can tell.
Trafficking. Actually.
Exactly. So what are we putting in place to make sure that the country is protected, our image is protected? We don't become a transit point for smuggling. We don't become transit points for illegal trade. And the influx of people and the competition for work and workspaces in the country. Already, people in retail businesses are bemoaning the fact that foreigners are taking over their jobs. And it has been a recurrent issue from time immemorial. Go to Kantamatu, go to Makola, our women are crying. Go to Abosokai, our people are crying. Go to any business district in this country, people are crying. Most typically, go to Circle, people are crying. That jobs meant for indigents, meant for Ghanaians, are being taken over by foreigners. And we can even extend the argument to our Galamsey areas. Recently, we had one of the chiefs from one of the Galamsey-prone areas coming to beg the government to intervene because foreigners are destroying their lands. These are the conversations we need to have. What are the measures we are putting in place to make sure that people's attitude, at least they put up, do conform with our laws of the country? What measures are we taking in place to make sure that people stay here, do not become a counterproductive measure for the policy we seek to implement? Otherwise, fantastic, but there's a lot we need to do. There's a lot we need to do. Ghana has become more like a safe haven for our brothers and sisters from Nigeria. And when you speak to them, they tell you Ghana is like Canada to them. And when they are even spending 10 cedi to buy food, they are crying because they believe that 10 cedi that might not even fetch them kose and porridge can even feed them 3 meals in their country. So the little they make here, when they take it back home, to them, it's a lot of money. So instead of going to Canada, instead of going to UK, instead of going to America for certain unfavorable weather conditions and immigration issues, ECOWAS has already given them the platform, and they are trooping to Ghana in their numbers. And they are competing with our people for space. They are competing with our people for jobs. Ghanaian landowners and property owners sometimes are more comfortable giving houses and rooms, accommodation out to these foreigners because sometimes they even can pay more than Ghanaians. So what measures are we putting in place? Our rooms and accommodation acquisition system, job application system, the retail sector, our security, transit points, our borders. What are the measures we are putting in place? Those are the things that will make sure that at least our country is immune from any excess that will come with this policy. Otherwise, fantastic idea. It deepens our relationship with the other African countries. It opens up our country. African Continental Free Trade Area is already here. Kudos to the previous administration for fighting and bringing the headquarters to Ghana. Let's make sure that we prune the system of those excesses for us to benefit fully from such policy. And I think every Ghanaian needs to support this, devoid of politics, except Mr. Tanko, as I know, will start his presentation and will go into the realms of politics.
Don't speak for him.
Otherwise, kudos to Akufo-Addo.
Are we ready for this at this time? Is this the right time for this?
Well, before that, I want Council to know that issue of AI is something this government has taken seriously. AI, Cabinet approved $250 million for AI Center. Just last week, Cabinet, $250 million. 24th of this month.
That's good news.
The President is going to launch that.
The center.
The Minister of Communication, led by Honorable Sam George, we are spot on that. So government is serious about it. An issue of AI, government has taken the bull by the horn, and we are even incorporating an aspect of it to our 1 million coders. This month, we are launching the 1 million coders. As we speak, now preparation is underway, everything is set. We are incorporating that one. So that tells you how serious government is about it, to train our youth in the country to get buy-in into this issue of AI and all this kind of thing. So that one, government is already doing something. Now let's come back to this one. You see, the election of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has saved the image of Ghana. Seriously. If Ghanaians had made a mistake by electing different person instead of John Dramani Mahama in 2024 election, Ghana would have been tatters. The image would have...
Tatters?
The image was battered already. The image was battered as of 2024. Nobody was taking Ghana serious.
Really?
Oh, yes, of course. But your economy was junk state. It was rated as a junk economy. Nobody was serious taking it. Even international community, nobody was interested in inviting Ghana onto any serious platform because of the behavior of the people who were ruling us at that time. You remember the problem we had with Burkina Faso? When our then president went and bath-mouthed them at US over this Russian thing and all this kind of thing. Your neighbor, your closed-door neighbor, you go and be bad-mouthing him. Imagine your closed-door tenant, you are bath-mouthing him, and there's a problem in your house. You think he will come and assist you. These are our neighbors, and these are the things I'm talking about. So, you see, their behavior and other things did not even point towards integrating our economies, African economies, or unity. I would give you their history. Look, it's lack of time. I would have told you that, look, as of 1969-72, when Africans were fighting apartheid, their forefathers were supporting the apartheid system. Buzia, deny a doctor, deny it to the general public. Buzia was supporting the apartheid system and thinking that the segregation that was going on in South Africa was welcome, and that is illegal. They should allow that. That was what Buzia was doing. That's their founder. And by that time, remnants of leadership of MPP who just left office were in that government. And so we are not surprised. When they came back in 2016 to 2024, you saw how their behavior was. They were siding with the Western powers and misbehaving against their own African descent. Were you not surprised when our own president became ECOWAS chairman? Look at what happened to the sub-region. Some Sahelian group decided to break away from ECOWAS. What did he do? He was sitting down there. They couldn't even solve the small problem of West Africa and allow the Sahelian group to break away. That's why I say we thank God. God bless Ghana, and we voted John Dramani Mahama. He managed to bring them, cool down the young man in Burkina Faso and then the other Sahelian group. And they are now drifting back. You see, this is how you integrate because they are our neighbors. You cannot be hostile to your neighbors and other things. The issue doctor was trying to allude that Nana Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, when he was living, announced. That has been their trade. I'll give you an example. 2008, when President Kufuor was leaving office, a day that he was going to hand over, he announced single spine. That has been their trade. Stock of trade. That's what they do.
What do they do?
Oh, he announced single spine. When you knew that there was nothing.
When they know that
when there was nothing, they have their exiting, they are leaving. They announce it so that the new government will be burdened. Thankfully, His Excellency Professor Mills. No, but you don't do this. Professor Mills told the Ghanaian workers, you saw what this man has done. He didn't even prepare anything. There was no plan, nothing. Now he wants me to come and be in a very big hole. And the Ghanaians understood him, Professor Mills, and managed the process throughout. The same way, you had disturbed the sub-region, you have disturbed your neighbors and other things. You are leaving office and you are saying you are announcing visa free. Who does that? Is that how they do visa? And the social club for them that they started. So what did you start? You, the person who was supporting apartheid and other thing, and your forefathers, you are not doing anything about this, how did they call it, reparation thing. President John Dramani Mahama gave. You see, the Nkrumah of the 1963 who participated in the OAU meeting in Addis Ababa, that formed the OAU meeting in 1963. That Nkrumah has reincarnated in John Dramani Mahama character. Hey. We are seeing it. Can't you see it now? Hey. The integration you are seeing. Haven't you seen that he's now going to make the AU chairman? He has led a charge in UN. 123 nations across the world supported him. Who has done it? These people could not even massage 3 countries in West Africa, 3 countries, to stop them from misbehaving and other things. 3 countries. Somebody has gone to UN, 123, and you think that we should clap for you people. What is that? What kind of mathematics is that? That's the problem we are having with them. And we are saying that he has brought it back. Nkrumah was talking about what? The unity of Africa, integration. Let's come together. Doctor has traveled a lot. He will tell you how strong EU is. EU, European Union, United States. Why is the United States disturbing the whole world? Is it not because of their integration, 50 states put together? That's what they are doing. Soviet used to be a strong one. But when they broke away in the late 90s, now Russia, you see, Russia is Ukraine. If it was to be the former USSR, do you think Ukraine could have misbehaved against it? It wouldn't. So when you have a united bloc like that, free flow of movement of people and other things, we are not saying that we are just opening our borders, just take your bag from Nigeria and start running to Ghana. No, that's not it. That's not it. The foreign minister mentioned of API, that the API system, that application programming interface that they are going to put in there, it will read the biodata of everybody who is coming. It doesn't mean that you will just come in with that passport. No. You will come, we will still go through customs and all this kind of thing to be sure that you are not an insurgent, you are not somebody who is coming to disturb our country and all this things. Even the European Union, they do the same thing.
What is the ASI?
Which one? The API.
The API.
Yeah, it's an application programming interface. It's an interface that you connect to sister software so that you can read the biodata and other things.
Like so if somebody were to apply, you can see there are other applications around
around the world and what the continent, what the person does and who is the person and all that. And so that makes it easy to assess the security implication of the person coming and all this kind of thing.
Now, it also creates, it's more like a database where you assess the person's
history and all that.
So if he has any criminal record,
you will be able to
in any country.
You can easily assess it.
Okay.
And so that's what we are trying to put in there.
Does this mean that persons can be refused entry?
Of course.
Or does visa free mean that you can, once you can afford your ticket, you can come?
No, that's not the case. The visa free that we're talking, it's like the payment you come and pay for visa and all this kind of stuff. It's waived. Are you getting it? It's waived. And then the other restrictions that would have made it difficult for you to access our country is also waived. So there's a free flow. Are you getting it? That is what we are trying to do. But that doesn't mean that our security is top-notch. If you look at our security setup...
this is a question that has recurred.
Yes.
Can people be refused entry?
Of course, yes. You can't. If we see that you are an insurgent or you have a criminal conduct, we can stop.
And this will be done at which point? The point
of entry, of course.
So in Ghana.
Oh yeah, at the border. That is it.
Okay.
They'll take you back. The people have been turned back from even America. They will give you a visa here, but you reach there, they will still bring you back. It's not getting a visa doesn't necessarily mean that you can easily enter there because there's still customs and then immigration, they will look at all this kind of things.
What about the question
Yes.
of the influx of visitors? We are sure to have more people than we currently have trying to enter our country. Are we ready?
Oh, yes.
Is our immigration ready to be able to handle the numbers, the possibility? I mean, you've spoken about the API, which is supposed to check crime and so on. But then even when we had the visa requirement, we still had people coming in with very suspicious characters coming in, attempting to use Ghana as a transit point for all sorts of illegal activity. Now we're going to have more people coming in. And once the numbers increase, we need security to also step up. Are we ready for that at this time?
Very well. I can assure you, we have a very disciplined security architecture in this country. Very disciplined, especially the immigration.
You mean currently, or is it going to become?
I mean,
immigration we know.
Currently. Okay.
Currently.
You see, immigration we know.
You see, council. You see, they are going through resetting. And this reset agenda since last week has brought a lot of discipline into the system. I can assure you. Now you see how they arrest people less than 24 hours who commit crime.
Mm-hmm.
Those days, it will take you more than 3 months, even 1 year, chasing for criminals, crooks. But now, less than 24 hours, commit crime and see whether they won't fish you out from your hideout. It's because of the discipline brought to bear the security service. So I can show you, government is aware of this. We know of what is happening in the sub-regions. We have inherited a very polarized sub-region. It's because of the nature of our governance system that we ran under the MPP regime. We are trying to say, Ghana used to be the lead when it comes to matters of unity, integration, and all this kind of thing. But 8 years, we just lost it. And so we are now bringing it back. It's coming back gradually. It's coming back. Since last year, it's been very nice, to the extent even the whole of West African sub-region, they said they are not going to put up a candidate. Only His Excellency John Dramani Mahama they want to support to become the AU chairman. That is what they are going to do. It has never happened before. You see, for 8 years, when people were chasing, they didn't get. This man just came in. 1 year, they say, well, you are going to be AU chairman. You see, because of the style of governance and the way we have made ourselves open up to our African brothers and sisters.
So your response to the question is that we are ready?
We are ready.
For the influx, the high numbers
it will help us. It will help our economy. It will help our economy. That's why I'm saying that we are not just going to open and say all manner of persons should just come in, carry their children and all this and start moving. No, that's not the situation.
Doc raised some concerns about trade, for example, with the retail business, accommodation, and other things that Ghanaians currently complain about because of access, especially, I mean, when you read the comments, especially from our brothers and sisters in Nigeria. All right. Now we are going to open up and let other Africans also come. Well, without any limits, of course, aside possible crime and things that the API may find. Are we ready for the numbers?
Well, now I will agree to Doctor to some extent on that path, especially our retail market. Mm-hmm. That one, I have issues with that, where the foreigners will come and take over the retail market. No, that's not, they shouldn't do that.
They are opening barbering shops.
That is why I'm saying that. I agree to him.
They are doing
and
all
I
the
defer to Doctor on that one. It's perfect. He was spot on that one.
Exclusive rights to.
You see, we have to do something about it. That is why government, Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness is engaging the Ghana Traders Union over this matter. And then the embassies. So that we'll get to understand retail market is for our local people. It's for our local people. If you want to come and do wholesale and other thing, that one day, yes, the government will know, will put the taxes and all that kind of thing, establish it. You want to put up a factory and all that, so fine, we'll go into understanding with you and then we put up. But if you want to descend to the retail market, where you go and open barber shops and hair salon and all this, and take the market from our young people too. That one too is a challenge. And that one, I agree. What Doctor was saying, I agree to that. Look, government will do something about it. We are looking at it, how to resolve the matter. We don't want any chaos. We don't want to go into issues that will look like we are targeting our neighbors and all this kind of thing. No, we don't want to go that path. We are brothers and sisters, Africa. Look, when you travel out, you get to know that they don't describe us as a Ghanaian. They look at you African.
Tanko has had a lot of time.
No, but you see, we needed to explain because it's a government policy. MPP has no business in this. You see, they always come in to come and say they want.
We are not politicizing the matter.
No, we are not politicizing. But you see, Doctor was saying that they started something. And I told them, when you say you start, what did you start? You didn't start anything.
Okay.
She just made an announcement and ran away. That cannot be a start. It's the
did
same
they run away?
Didn't you see the same thing they did for the 5G? Madam Ursula also announced the launch of 5G. Do you have 5G in Ghana?
All right. I'll read some of the messages coming in. I see Doc is eager to respond to some of the things that you have mentioned. So let me just read a couple of messages and then I'll allow Doc to comment on them. All right. Good morning now. Good morning, the team. The lawyer, please tell the lawyer that a whole year rent allowance for Ghana Immigration Service has not been paid yet. We are suffering and living conditions at the border is very bad. We are doing our best. So even though this message is directed at you, I think it is for you to respond. This immigration officer says that their rent allowance has not been paid for a whole year. And so immigration officers are suffering. Is this the right time to be opening up our borders when we cannot pay the rent allowance of our immigration officers? All right. The rest of the messages are in respect of the buses. So I think I will not read them for now. Good morning now. So the MPP wants to be credited for everything positive by this government. Haven't they repented? They think we are still in the... I don't want to use the word. All right. And... okay. Godfred Kwabi Poku from Asino Dumase. I see your message. I can't read all of it. But thank you for sending it in. Doc.
Mr. Tanko, once again, the politicization of everything. Let's state it on record. Our parliamentarians in parliament have already done justice to the issue. Our president will become AU chair. And he's not becoming AU chair because he has performed any better. To the cocoa farmer, if they were here today, I'm sure they would have stoned Mr. Tanko. We don't condone violence. To the ordinary Ghanaian struggling with electricity bill, will not give this account. That school child at the university, whose hostel fee has jumped from about 5,000 to 7,200, I don't think will give this account of this administration and the president. The Ghanaians that had hope in Mr. Tanko, the president, and the government to come and fight Galamsey within 1 month, as promised, will say otherwise. The pastors and church leaders, they led on organized prayer sessions or prayer breakfast with them in Accra and Kumasi and positioned their argument that they were members of the Methodist Church and they don't condone LGBTQIA+, and that, given the opportunity, they would sign the LGBTQ bill into law, only to turn and make a U-turn that today it is not a priority. When it was a priority, when you wanted their vote, we will not say this of you. The Ghanaians who were pushed out of jobs by the single letter of the Chief Justice will not say this. The young women of this country who were promised that we were bringing a female vice president and she was going to lead a certain women's development bank. And all you needed to do was to pick yourself, go to the bank. If you want money to establish business, the Women's Development Bank will give you money to establish your business. Today, we can't even trace a single bank in this country. They won't speak this of the government. The young ones who were promised 24-hour economy, and the clock displayed to them at Winneba, and they were told they were going to run a shift system. That you wake up, one job, 3 shifts, 3 people, receiving 3 salaries. 133. Only to turn around and tell us that 24-hour economy is about encouraging business to operate. So the bill Mr. Tanko's government sent to Parliament had nothing 24-hour economy in terms of shift system in it. The Ghanaian youth, your own party foot soldiers, for which you opened up the application portal and extended the eligibility age to 35 and had an influx of over 506,000 Ghanaian youth looking for a job of 5,000. Excess of 500,000 people who couldn't get access. Their medical bills increased. I understand there's some 1,000 or 400 they need to pay for whatever before the next stages. The Ghanaians who are looking for jobs because we promised them 24-hour economy will not sit here and agree with you trying to paint our president as an angel. And the disappointment is enormous. Your no fresh or no stress fee, whatever policy we introduced. That we were going to give cushioning to people to go to school. Only for you to tell them that go and borrow money, go to school, later go to some online platform, apply when we are ready, refund your monies. School fees has increased. Humanitarian course at the university, which used to cost somewhere in the region of 1,400 per year, today doing excess of over 2,500. Where from those indices and indicators which have triggered this whitewashing of this administration, the president, this morning on this platform? Over 1 million cocoa farmers have suffered a dreadful haircut, which I call Pong. They are dependent. And when you speak, NDC will tell them 2,500 is better than a Akufo-Addo's 3,100. And we give you FOB price of 70%. We give you FOB price of 90% and whatnot. Would the cocoa farmer and the dependents go to the gobe joint this morning and say we are buying gobe at 70% and cocoa at 90%? So instead of coming here to come and whitewash our president and create the impression that all is rosary in his administration, we have excess of 7% Ghanaians who in 2025 cannot even afford food. Food insecurity has grown by 7%.
You mean
compared
2026?
To 2025 compared to 2024. Over 7% Ghanaians cannot be assured of food security in this country under your tenure.
Is it based on some reports?
Oh, it was a report that came out. Your producers can check for you.
7%
food
of Ghanaians cannot
7% more.
More?
Yes. From what they came to meet. Cannot access food. Yet you say everything is rosary. We can't buy electricity in our homes. Businesses are collapsing. AGI, when they met the minority just last week, were asking the question. Mr. Tanko, just he's enumerating on the platform. Everything is rosary. So why are we paying more for our businesses? Those are the people that hold the verdict. And the president is not becoming AU chairman because he has done anything extraordinary in the sub-region. And the Akufo-Addo could not have what and maintain what. If people are going to do coup d'etat, would they need permission from a Akufo-Addo to do coup d'etat? The people you say are your friends and you camped in their own home in Burkina Faso, they've killed Ghanaians. Your relationship with them ended up with Ghanaians dying. Your relationship with them, the good rapport you say this government and our president has built with leaders across the sub-region has caused innocent lives. Akufo-Addo's recklessness that you allude to, tell me which Ghanaians suffered under Akufo-Addo, none of the sub-region. So when the issues come, let's situate them properly. It was Akufo-Addo's effort by pushing to become a deputy chair in AU. And it is a graduated effort that once the tone is set, invariably you would graduate to become the AU chair. It's the fundamental Akufo-Addo laid, which will propel our president to become AU chair. It has nothing to do with what the president is doing, what the president done for AU. In our own region, in our own country, what has he done for us? For us to clap for him. What has he yielded? You promised nightclub operators that they were going to do 24-hour nightclub. Tell me which nightclub is operating 24 hours. Your own narrative.
All right.
Now, just to conclude, the fufu sellers and the wache sellers that you promised that we were going to sell fufu at 3 a.m. and wache at 2 a.m. Why are the wache and the fufu sellers at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m.? Ghanaian youth are looking for job. Bring us the Women's Development Bank. Don't go to the market and share sanitary pads for our women. They need jobs. If I have money, if I'm well employed, and I'm working in 24-hour economy, can't I buy 15 CD pad for my mother?
All right.
If my mother has access to loans from Women's Development Bank, will she need sanitary pads from you?
All right.
Those are the things we are giving Ghanaians.
All right. So I just looked up your 7% food security increase, and there was a publication by the Ghana Statistical Service claiming or stating an increase, a 7.3% rise in food insecurity from 12.4 million to 13.3 million between the first and final quarters of 2024.
I wanted to give him that information.
Yeah.
I'm happy it's coming from you.
I'm just
this data you are referring to is a 2024 data.
Yeah,
that's why we're mad at you people. And voted massively against MPP.
That the increase in food insecurity, the 7.3% food
in 2024
food security you mentioned.
Insecurity, people were talking about it. That data,
in 2024.
we saw it and we're talking. Yes,
that came early this year.
No, this one is Ghana Statistics. We're referring to 2024, as of 2024.
I think it was released.
People were angry.
2025.
Yes. It was released in 2025.
It was released.
But the matter was 2024.
November 5th, 2025.
Yeah.
But the data is a 2024
It's a 2024 data.
They are reporting 2024 data.
So that's what
2025.
Yes.
Fair enough.
For now, we have stabilized.
Fair enough. No,
I want to give you information about the women bank. No, you say you are finished.
I didn't say I'm done.
Okay, I told you.
I'll give you a minute.
I didn't say I'm done.
Go ahead.
So yes, you had promises you gave Ghanaians. We still remember your promise on Galamsey. We still remember your promise on jobs and job security for the youth. We still remember your promise for our women and our young girls and young ladies in this country. For few those ones, the optics is just too much. The optics is just too much. Then we sit to paint the government and the president in a certain light, then Association of Ghana Industries will ask you, if dollar was at 14 cedis and we're paying less for electricity, why are we paying more when you say things are good? So the verdict is on the street. It's in the pockets of the Ghanaian people, Mr. Tanko.
Now before Tanko comes in, it is important to point out that I hope this issue about visa-free access to Ghana is not a political statement in furtherance of the president's AU chairmanship agenda.
Oh, no, that was conclusive.
If it is the case, because I can tell you confidently that our security agencies are not ready for this policy. How about you just had a message?
No, somebody sat down.
Somebody will not sit down.
How can you authenticate as a security person?
No, because the thing is that we can agree.
Can you speak to the housing of immigration officers?
Can you speak to that?
Have their rent allowances been paid? Can you speak to that?
That's why I'm saying that people can just get out in there. You see, we are now in the era of social media.
I know what you're saying, but I'm asking you if you can confirm.
It's not true. I can confirm that.
You can confirm that it's not
like
true.
that. There's nothing of that sort.
So we can fact check it.
You can fact check it. It's not true.
Now, it's not true. It's good that he's making this bold declaration, and I know your team.
Are you saying that you don't know for sure, or that it is not true that the rent of immigration officers have not been paid over the last 1 year?
You see, when they say have not been paid, it's different from a delayed payment.
1 year.
How can they say that?
And so, delayed payment and have not been paid.
Government has taken
it's the same thing.
Because the thing is that someone will not just create or fabricate this message. It is. Don't forget that these are people who are listening, genuine Ghanaians who are listening to the conversation.
Are you on social media? Do you see the number of pages that we have these days?
This is not a message I'm reading from social media. This was sent to me.
The prison officers, how many months arrears did you owe them?
You see,
recently, how many months arrears?
We are talking about security agencies. Are we ready?
You have resettled the security agencies and they are performing better now.
The security as of now is ready for the implementation. This country, security architecture.
Okay.
The National Security Council is ready. And I'm telling you, the Ministry of Interior is ready. Look, when the Ministry of Interior...
What have you done in preparation of this visa-free policy?
But a lot of things you cannot bring up publicly. They know it. You know, when a matter of security, you cannot come and speak on matters like that on air. You know it. It's something that borders on national security. So you cannot be talking about it. But I can assure you that...
The data for the food insecurity, it wasn't solely for 2024. Because the graphic story states that the report, which covers periods from the first quarter of 2024 to the third quarter of 2025. So it wasn't just...
But that third quarter of 2024.
Third quarter of 2025.
It's part of you.
The thing is that Tanko can explain away the issue and maybe in an attempt to engender buy-in. But the thing is, there are genuine concerns of many Ghanaians. If your security agencies are not happy, how then do you conclude that you can just run this program or policy without any difficulties?
The security as of now, they're happy. You see, let's not.
I'm saying that. You see, let's not make this a political statement by the president, just because he wants to become the EU.
I'm saying that one is conclusive.
It's already cast in stone. What the Kufuor's
that was is inconclusive. It's a different.
It's cast in stone. No, so no. What I'm saying is that sometimes because he's in line to become the AU chairman, he wants to do this to drum praises from
other
the continent. I am saying that we are not ready. My issue has to do with the implementation capacity. We are not ready. Therefore, you were just asked what have we done so far in furtherance of this policy?
I'm saying that,
and you are saying that there are security matters.
We don't even have a defense minister.
How can the duration
without defense minister is opening our
borders? How can the duration?
A country without a defense minister.
Doctor, do you need a defense minister to implement?
We need a defense minister. The representation of the president at the ministry. We don't the defense minister.
The president is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
He can't be at the ministry. He can't be at the ministry.
We
don't have a defense minister.
All right. I wanted to help about the Women Bank. Do you know the 24-hour economy market? All of them have.
So my village.
We are going to have a Women Bank in my village. The market. You see, these are the things they don't like to hear.
In my village. You are building the banks.
Oh, yes.
Where?
In the market.
Which market?
The 24-hour economy.
So I can go to Kaneshie market and see the bank.
Oh, go and see what they are building there.
In Kaneshie market, I can go and see the bank.
Listen, 24-hour economy markets.
Yes.
Government is rolling it out. They are building the markets and including
where are the markets?
How many so far?
Which village are you coming from?
Eastern region.
Which?
I'm from Kwawu.
Go to Kwawu and see the market there.
I was there just last week.
You have said a lot of things, but then when we ask you specifically,
I was there.
Yes. Questions. I was there.
Tell us where we can locate
are not very. Your answers are not very precise. Because I know you are a data man, and you always speak to numbers and you speak to specifics. But today you're speaking in terms of general. You're not giving us specific answers.
For instance, I'll tell you. For instance,
yes,
in my hometown, an MPP,
where is your hometown?
defense minister, former defense minister, Bimbila, he is an MP there. We didn't discriminate. We are sending a 24-hour economy.
Do we have
the minister went
there?
The minister, the regional minister went there to cut salt, and the contractor was there. And when they were reading what is going to be included in market, was a 24-hour economy, Women
Development Bank.
The Women Development Bank is going to be part of it.
We do not have a single market. We do not have a single budget. We do not have.
His point is that there were specific promises that you made the people of Ghana.
Which one of these?
And one of which is the Women's Development Bank. Now we are seeing you do other things, which appears to be things that we
want to see.
Watching on the sidelines appear that we may not be ready for.
Yes.
For example, the opening of our borders, visa-free for all Africans, and the question about the readiness on the part of our security agencies.
Yes.
Okay, now this is something new that you have announced that we have heard about. We're asking, are we ready for it?
Yes.
As compared to the things that you prepared for, campaigned about, and told Ghanaians you were going to do, which have not started.
What hurts me today now?
I'm saying that. We are mixing two things. We are mixing oranges and apples.
You are an IT person.
Doctor,
we're hoping to see the AI being deployed to Galamsey site to fight Galamsey by now.
Doctor, I've just mentioned a $250 million.
So through that, we are going to see AI fighting Galamsey.
Hold on. You see,
so the AI center.
A setup. The president is launching
and it's going to help us fight Galamsey.
I say, hold on, don't rush.
Okay, unfortunately, it's 9 o'clock now, and we have to end that conversation.
The issue is
9 o'clock now. We have to end that conversation.
Yes,
it's 9 o'clock. We have to end that conversation. But because of how many questions you have poured on Mr. Tanko, I'm going to give him the last word so that he will be able to wrap up.
Exactly.
Yes.
Don't forget they cut off for a $10 billion city.
Please,
you are now cutting salt for market.
Please.
Let's allow him to land.
Now, when you told the youth that the banks will be operating 24 hours, so I can go to ADB, NIB, and EcoBank, and I'll get job to work around 2 a.m. That's the promise you gave the Ghanaian youth.
Achieving a lot because we've been in opposition for 8 years.
What have you achieved?
We have learned a lot from our forebears. What happened before we lost election 2016. So having sat by, see, that's why the president is achieving. He has the benefit of hindsight. After sitting by and watching you people 8 years, he is not coming to do the same mistake that you people did.
So that's
and
why
so therefore, anytime you hear that we are cutting salt, bulldozers.
So that's why you implement 24 hours.
The machines are there, they are working.
That's why the banks
and
are
I'm saying that now you go and see the 24-hour economy markets. Before
is that marketing promise that?
I'm saying that these things are embedded
You said
in
the
those
banks
things.
were going to do 24 hours. You had a video advert. You had a video advert.
Doctor just traveled. He just arrived from abroad. He's not gone home yet. He's telling me.
All right.
Do you know that go?
I
didn't go for the business forum. The business forum.
All right. All right.
I'm saying that.
All right. Gentlemen, thank you so much. That's all time will allow us. Let me see if I can just read a couple of messages. Now, I am the immigration officer. Kindly ask Mr. Computer when we are going to be paid. This is a message from an immigration officer who has just sent that in. And thankfully, he has sent in his phone number as well. So we have his phone number. So this is somebody who we can talk to. Please.
Immigration people, can you ask for the teachers too? 15 months without salary.
All right.
Teachers.
All right. Kotoka Courage says, please tell Doc that the NDC is not in a hurry. The NDC is not in a hurry. Like the way his party was rushing free SHS and giving us problems. The NDC is in a hurry. The NDC will relax and not rush to introduce things that will create problems for us as a country. That's from Kotoka Courage, texting us from Anglonga Lashibi. Thank you for sending in your messages. We appreciate it. This has been The Big Issues on TV3 Newday. It's proudly sponsored by the University of Gold Coast. Whether you are aiming for a specialist MBA in marketing, communication, operation supply chain, human resource management, finance entrepreneurship, or business intelligence analytics, or you just want to advance through a dual MBA in Chartered Manager MBA, University of Gold Coast gives you options that match your vision. And if your next step is an MSc in international relations, communication, international marketing, international law, security, diplomacy, accounting, finance, or human resource management, an LLM in international law, security, diplomacy, or MBA in biblical studies, practical theology, the pathway is now open. April admissions is now open. Apply today. Because at the University of Gold Coast, we make it practical, flexible learning, flexible entry, and flexible payment. Study around your work and life and choose a route that fits your background and pay in very convenient installments. Your dream deserves structure. Your future deserves strategy. Your purpose deserves training. Apply now. Go to www.ugc.edu.gh or you can call or WhatsApp us on 026-388-8555. University of Gold Coast, building leaders for nations. Stay with us. We'll be back with sports.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
That's got everybody dancing on social media, and some people are translating it into English. Very, very, very interesting renditions. Anyway, you're welcome back. It's time for sports. Embellition is here. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Na.
You know the English version?
No, what's the English version?
Look at something, break your inside.
Ah.
You've not heard it?
No, I've not heard it. I've not.
Oh, very interesting renditions online. But Vitality Health Insurance is inviting all corporate institutions, associations, and groups to be part of our medical plans. Cut down medical expenses and enjoy good and quality health care at a facility near you. For more information, you can visit us on www.vitalitymh.com or give us a call on 026-657-3200. And that's a message from Vitality Health Insurance. It's now time for sports. Billy Sheng, how you doing?
Now you're looking all fly. Is it because I had to book? Is it because I had to book one?
Excuse, say that again.
So it's because I had to book one.
Say that again.
I had to book one.
Wow, look, the sound sweet coming out of your mouth.
Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately, the haters are not here today.
Yeah, they're not here.
The mattress people.
Beatrice, good morning.
They're not here this morning.
Good morning to
smell
Beatrice.
The sense of sweet victory. There are good things. There are good things happening in the world. Things that ought to be celebrated.
Like Heart of Oak.
Yeah, like Charlie. But you know, Heart of Oak. You know, it's interesting that I support both Heart of Oak and us now. They'll play with your heart and then they'll make you happy.
Yes.
They'll play with your heart and then they'll make you happy.
Yeah.
But you know, see, if your spouse supports Accra Heart of Oak, they are very faithful and loyal.
Oh, okay.
Because we stand with you. No, we are not here for fair weather. We are not fair weather supporters like those Kotoko people. Fair weather supporters.
Fair weather.
Fair weather. When things are good, they support their club. When things are not good. As for the Samatres people, they I don't even know how. I don't understand the support. They don't even come to the stadium. they don't even show up.
But it's actually true. Beatrice should go to Summer Boy.
Look, I told you, I attended a match, Accra House of Oak versus Samatex.
There wasn't a Samatex supporter in the stadium.
Oh.
You know how the supporters sit together?
Yeah.
So you see the House of Oak supporters together,
yeah.
House of Oak supporters together with their supporters union, and then the band, chapter 1, the various chapters. And then you look around and then you look for Samatex supporters. Because even though I was there to support Accra House of Oak, I was also there as a journalist. Because I wanted to speak to people supporting the other side.
Yeah.
I didn't get one.
Meaning Beatrice has sold the club out. She should be there.
Do they have a jersey?
Oh, they do.
So I was also looking around to see someone wearing a jersey that suggested that they were supporting the other side. So my kids kept asking me that, Mommy, where are the other people?
Oh.
Because it looks like everybody's supporting the same team.
Oh.
And I said, that's a very interesting observation.
Yes.
So Samatex, please, you need to come to the stadium. Samatex.
Starting from Beatrice.
Samatex, Beatrice Edu and Co.
Yes, starting from
Samatex.
Beatrice.
Your supporters have to come to the stadium.
Yes.
Right now, the people who go to stadium, I can list them. Accra House of Oak, Kotoko, they try. They go Mediama, Hohoi, United. They go to the stadium. The rest of them, I'm not really seeing them. Mediama, they do very well.
Oh, they do. Yeah, in Takwa especially.
Mediama, they do very well. Very, very, very well. But please, Samatex, raise your body. Samatex, raise your body. You need to go to the say, you know what? Send me a jersey. I just want to wear it for you.
Hey.
Samatex.
Hey.
just because at least we should see your jersey in the stadium. That's it. When is their next match?
Oh,
they lost their last match.
Yeah, so it's in the coming weekend, I believe.
Samatex, Beatrice Edu, go to the stadium and support. Be proud of your club. Be proud of your club and go to the stadium. I don't want to talk about us now.
Because Arsenal lost.
So we lost 2 cups in 2 games. Just like that.
Yeah. You're out. You're out of 2 cup competitions.
2 games.
2 games. Sad. But we have to redeem ourselves today. Today is Arsenal versus Sporting.
And imagine we're talking about the quadruple.
Oh,
we're going to win the quadruple.
The quadruple, it was just for vibes.
We were just catching cruise.
Yeah, it was just for vibes, But yeah, Arsenal will be playing the Champions League later
I'm not
today.
watching that much.
Oh, we should watch.
No,
Watch.
I have a fragile heart.
Don't worry.
No.
Do not fear. Arsenal gets an away
victory. I will
victory.
approach this match the same way I approach some other matches. I don't want to mention them for now. I will wait. I will watch after the game when I know the outcome.
Oh,
and then I can
highlights.
manage my emotions while I'm watching the game. Watching it live will disrupt the pH of my heart.
Okay, so you can watch Real Madrid versus Bayern because that's also happening at the same time today at the Bernabeu. Very, very big clash between 2 European giants, apart from Arsenal going to Portugal to face Sporting CP. Unfortunately for Arsenal, there will be no Bukayo Saka, there will be no Jurgen Timber. Both are out with injuries, but they do have some other players who have returned to the team, like Calafiori and the rest, and they expect them to be available for that clash. It should be a very interesting one because Sporting have given Arsenal troubles in the past, but Arsenal have also won some games against Sporting also in the past. So it should be a very nice encounter to look forward to. Especially for the Gunners who have 2 competitions now instead of 4 to be in. And for Real Madrid, after seeing what they did against Manchester City, they're definitely going to come in on the high, especially at the Bernabeu. But Bayern Munich have been also very dominant, especially in their league and in Europe as well. So 2 very big clashes coming up in the Champions League later tonight.
Let's talk about Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Let's talk about Yanum.
Yeah, your plantain team.
Right, plantain. Let's talk about Yanum.
Yeah, Kotoko.
What happened yesterday?
They had played 45 minutes against Beatrice's Samatres. And after the halftime break, it rained heavily. And the referees deemed the field and everything unfit to continue. And so the match was postponed to today.
Half of the match was postponed?
Yeah, half. So as we speak now, they are playing the second half, Kotoko versus Beatrice's Samatres.
So they are playing at the moment?
Yes.
As we speak?
Yes. And it's still 0-0.
Okay.
Last I checked, it was still 0-0.
They've scored them all.
Oh, Samatres have scored.
They've scored them all.
Samatex scored.
They
Yeah, they scored one.
them. Oh, let me go and check their social media. But this admin has written failure. What has he been writing?
Oh, he just wrote goal. Samatex have shot into the lead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Success.
So Samatex are leading by a goal to 0 against Kotoko. Beatrice will be happy to hear.
So they went and came back and they scored them.
Yeah. But the match hasn't ended yet. It's around the 65th minute. And so hopefully Kotoko gets the equalizer.
Why are you saying hopefully? Would you know who we are supporting?
Sorry.
Please, I'm supporting Samatex.
For just today.
Please, I'm supporting Samatex. Oh, I've seen their jersey. Oh,
it's a beautiful jersey.
Yeah, it looks like a pea pan though. But
oh my God.
But we're supporting Samatex. Look at the stadium. Look at the stadium.
Yeah, after the rains.
I can assure you that the Samatex people are not there.
They will not be there.
Oh, today we are back to work. That's why.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean the game started at 9 a.m. Today, and Samatex are currently in the lead. Kotoko still have some chasing to do. After 67 minutes, so they still have some more chasing to do in about 23 minutes or so to try and get something out of this particular game. And so that's for the football part. As at now, we know BBN Gold Stars are top of the Ghana Premier League after winning their game over the weekend. Mediama were held to a draw, and so they are second on the log. The Sarsafok who are narrowly third due to their own victory at home as well. But Kotoko struggling at the moment. Apart from the football, there's also boxing. You know, remember December 20th or so?
Worldwide.
Yeah. There's a very
worldwide.
big boxing bout that happened at the Legon Sports Stadium, thanks to Legacy Rights.
I was sitting in front.
They're sitting in front.
I was sitting in front.
Nice one.
Supporting worldwide.
So worldwide is your favorite?
Look, worldwide is my favorite.
Oh,
you see, that bout was House of Folk versus Kotoko. Like, it was strictly House of Folk
Actually true,
versus Kotoko.
if you look at it. Yeah.
Because it was Accra and Kumasi.
Yeah, Accra
and
Kumasi.
you know, what's his name?
Oh, Freezy.
Freezy arrived with it wasn't a palanquin, but it was a full traditional regalia.
Yeah.
Were you at the game?
Yeah, I was there.
He arrived in a full traditional regalia with what appeared to be, I believe it was a traditional ruler.
Yeah.
And then Adowa dancers.
Yeah.
And then the big umbrella.
Yeah.
Not the palanquin, but the umbrella. And the full regalia. It was so beautiful. It's got to be the best boxing entrance I have seen in my life. And I mean local and international. So nice. The drumming and dancing, the colors, the kente. Wow, what a sight. The worldwide came. Just worldwide just came. He just came in with Shatawale. And I was watching and thinking, there's so much to learn from Freezy's entrance because Freezy took it seriously and his people supported him. And it was so nice to see. Very, very nice. Worldwide came, he was just hitting his chest, and he walked in. I actually filmed the whole thing. I put it online. So, like, my Vim was dying a little bit. I was like, Charlie, the way Freezy has come there, Freezy back me worldwide. Oh!
That did not happen. Worldwide still won.
And Freezy had so many supporters at the stadium.
Yeah.
And I was supporting worldwide. Just me and another guy. We were just screaming, Agbe Freezy, Agbe Freezy. That's all we kept saying. And if you watch the game, you weren't sure who was winning.
Yeah. Because it was like end to end, basically.
Yeah. It was pound.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't very sure who was winning. So before the final declaration, it was like fingers crossed. Because the place that we were sitting in, if Freezy had won, the way they would have trolled us, I'm sure I would have cried. Because there were lots of Kotoko supporters there who were already laughing at me because of Worldwide's arrival.
Yeah.
So that game was awesome. And by the time the game ended, I had a lot of respect for Worldwide. I had a lot of respect for him because he's the underdog.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was the underdog.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Freezy had fought more internationally.
Exactly.
Than
in that bout, he was the underdog.
Yeah.
And he gave it his all. He decided he was not going to lose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He decided he was not going to lose. Freezy was playing good.
Yeah.
Right? He was going by the rules. Like, But worldwide was like, it's a do or die. Like, we are going to die here today.
Yeah.
And he gave it his all.
Yeah.
So when I heard that there was going to be another bout, I mean, I saw on social media, I didn't really follow. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There would be. I think later this year, I believe around August.
So what happened yesterday?
So what happened yesterday, it was a different fight night.
Okay.
Jonathan did win his bouts.
Okay.
Freezy too as well. And then Freezy threw a challenge that, I mean, we are going to fight again against each other later this year and all of that. So it brought some sort of fracas. But that's aside that. There's a different fight night that's going to be organized this Friday by Legacy Rice. And it involves some of the best boxers in Ghana, including Theophilus Alote, who I remember the first time I met him in 2020.
Say Alote.
Oh, okay, Alote.
Alote, good.
Theophilus Alote.
Good.
Yeah, okay. The first time I met him in 2024, he won bronze for Ghana in the African Games and has since won a number of titles locally and in Africa as well. He will be the main bout for Friday, which will be happening at the Bukum Boxing Arena. And Legacy Rice, all the information is definitely on their Instagram. You can access their website to check out the tickets and all other informations about the bouts and all of that. It's going to be an exciting time. And 3 Sports will definitely be there to give coverage of that particular event, because if what we saw on December 20th is anything to go by, this is also going to be a really, really fun bout.
Well, shouts to Legacy Rights for the work they are doing in the boxing space. And shouts to all the boxing enthusiasts for their attendance to these games. It's very admirable. You would think that, well, football is the sports that we cheer the most in this country. And so you think that the attendance at our stadiums will be the best. It's not.
Yeah, but boxing and
the attendance at the boxing arenas
is different.
And the spirit in the stadium. Is it a stadium too? The arena.
It's just an arena. It's not like a stadium.
Look, the spirit. It's so nice to experience. You know, it's one thing to watch on TV. But you should be there. You should be present. And when you hear this, my Ghana people singing their national anthem,
and when someone lands a punch and then the insult,
it's called national anthem. We don't say insults. It's morning TV.
Okay.
So the national anthem.
The national anthem.
See, if they are beating the other side.
You land 1, you land 2, you land 3, you land 4.
You hear,
and then it just becomes, hey.
Look, I tell you, you can be whoever you think you are. You cannot resist singing the national anthem.
You sing along.
You cannot resist it. So this Friday at the Bukum Boxing Arena. What time?
It will be in the evening.
All right.
I believe from 8 p.m. That's when the fight night will start with a number of bouts, including that of Theophilus as well.
Okay. Are there other, there are usually smaller ones that precede?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There are smaller ones.
Are there any girls?
There's a female. There's a Ghanaian female. She actually fought in the December 20th.
So Amma, she's from the UK?
Yes.
And is she fighting the Nigerian?
Oh, no, she's fighting someone else. It's not the Nigerian.
It's not the Nigerian. Okay. Yeah. All right. I like the girls' game as well. Actually, the reason I bought a ticket to attend the boxing match on the 20th was because of the girls' game. Because I was supporting the Nigerian.
Why?
Because she works out at my gym.
Oh.
And I had been seeing her train for about 6 months prior.
Wow.
And I get to work just around 5 a.m. So you can imagine the time I get to the gym, and by the time I get there, she's already there.
Wow.
And she's training.
Wow.
So I went to ask her, like, what are you training for? And she told me about the game.
Oh,
so I bought a ticket in advance to come and support her. I didn't know who she was fighting. So I found later that she was fighting a Ghanaian. And I was a little conflicted as to which side to support. And then I found out that a Ghanaian girl had a lot of international experience. So she, even though she's Ghanaian, she's not based here. So that gave me a bit of, a free mind to support the person who was based in Ghana. The Ghanaian girl won that game, though.
Yeah, she did.
And she did extremely well.
Yeah.
Her stamina, her preparedness, sometimes even the gear.
Yeah.
Tells you how prepared the person is. I guess that's a flimsy thing to look at. But she did so well. The Nigerian I was supporting also did very well, but I think she didn't have stamina.
No,
so she was hugging the Ghanaian girl.
Yeah, a lot.
Like
it's a tactic.
She was hugging her too much.
Yeah.
She was hugging her too much.
It's a tactic.
But it was a good game. Yeah. Both girls did very well. Both girls did very well. So, like, she's fighting again.
Yeah, she's fighting
the same girl.
Yes, the same mama. Same mama is fighting. Yeah, she's on the artwork. She's fighting.
Okay. So we'll go and support her.
Yeah.
On Friday.
Yes.
8 p.m.
Yes.
Book on Boxing
Arena. Yes.
Okay. If you've never been to a boxing game, you should come see this one. Yeah, I promise you have a good time. Even if you're not supporting anyone, just come. Just come.
Yeah.
Like, make it a Friday night activity and come see it. I think increasingly I'm getting more and more interested and attached to local sports. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is.
I went to watch a horse race at Boteman a month ago. Yeah,
really?
at Boteman, yeah.
Oh, okay.
A month ago. And it was amazing. I was having the time of my life.
Hey, you see how horse race enthusiast?
I went to watch a horse
Wow.
race. I did not know that there were horse races. So I happened to go to La Boma.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's popular there, actually.
Yeah, I happened to go to La Boma.
Yeah.
And I saw these beautiful horses. So I asked, are these horses the ones that we ride on the beach? They said, no, these are race horses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they go to the Boteman Sports Stadium, and then they race there. So I got interested, and I thought, this would be something to go and see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I never saw the ads. I don't see how they advertise. I don't hear. If I hadn't gone to La Boma, I hadn't met the horse keepers, I wouldn't have known about it. So perhaps we need to step up publicizing those ones.
That's true.
As well.
That's true.
Have we finished the athletics, the secondary school athletics?
Oh, yeah.
It's over?
Yeah, that is over.
Okay.
But the Cape Coast one, for some reason, did not come off. I was told there was a sort of suspension. I've been asking for details. I haven't gotten that yet. And I'll try and get details because I was particularly very keen on the Cape Coast one because last year I was there and covered the Cape Coast one. And I was wishing to actually be there this year as well, but that did not come off. But apart from the athletics, there's also basketball. In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are on very, very good form. They defeated Philadelphia 76ers to win their game. But the unfortunate thing is their main guy, Victor Wembanyama, who is in the race for the most valuable player, went off with an injury in the first half. But some of their side guys stepped up. Stephon Castle, for example, got a triple-double, which is very significant in the NBA. And Spurs managed to get a victory. Of course, Spurs are definitely in the playoffs, and they'll be looking to secure that number 2 seed and then advance as far as possible to the final of the playoffs. But so far, I think the Spurs, apart from them, there's also Thunder who have performed very well, and then there's Lakers as well, performed very well this season in the Western Conference.
Do we have any Ghanaians getting drafted for any of these international?
Actually, the last time a Ghanaian was drafted in the NBA, I believe it was around 2015-16. He was drafted to the Boston Celtics.
Was he a Ghanaian resident in Ghana?
Oh, he was actually born here in Ghana.
Okay.
He lived his life in the Western region.
Okay.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he didn't last in the NBA. He had to move overseas. And he's been playing in Europe ever since. Since then, we've not particularly seen Ghanaians make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
But
Ghanaians love football, love basketball.
Yes,
I mean, when you go to the secondary schools, in fact, in people's backyards, you see, well, not as much as football, but then you see the Dadabi schools. You see that they play basketball a lot.
Yeah.
So we should be doing better.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
we should be showing better.
The thing is, we don't see as many Ghanaians who get the opportunity to play in the best US schools, because usually in the NBA, it's either you are playing very well in the big European leagues or you are playing in a USA school where you can be easily scouted by some of the NBA scouts, and then you can make a case for yourself. But we don't see as many Ghanaians getting to that level, and so unfortunately we don't see as many Ghanaians.
Do we have a national league for basketball?
We do.
We do?
Yes. Here in Ghana, yes, we do. But it's not as publicized, unfortunately.
So we have clubs?
We do. There's Spintex Knights. I've done a story on them before. They are
Spintex Knights?
Yes. They are one of our best here in Ghana.
Spintex Knights?
Spintex Knights.
Nice.
One of our best in Ghana.
I see. I guess our sports journalists need to do a little more publicizing it, because we don't hear enough.
Yeah, true.
I knew about the Sprite Ball. I followed the Sprite Ball when Sachet was doing it. I don't know if he's still doing it, but I followed the Sprite Ball very religiously.
Yeah.
And when, I don't know if Sprite got off, or I don't know what happened.
It was off for a while.
And then we didn't hear as much about it anymore.
Yeah.
And then I suddenly stopped hearing about basketball.
Yeah.
So I think we need to step up. Anyway, do we have a coach for our local team now?
Not yet.
Black Stars?
Not yet.
We don't have a coach?
Not yet.
How many days to the World Cup?
Yeah, we are less than 70 days, actually.
Yeah.
Less than 70 days. So we don't have as much time. But Ketokreku did state that we'll get a new coach in 1 week or two. 1 week has passed.
Yeah.
This is second
so
week.
he's left with the all-2.
Yeah, the all-2. So we are on the all-2.
Won't any of the deputy coaches step into the substantive position just for now?
It depends on what the GFA wants.
So for now, what's happening?
For now, I mean, names have popped up. A number of names have popped up, like Walid Regragui, who, I mean, was brushed off. Joachim Löw was also brushed off because he said GFA has not contacted him in any way, shape, or form. There are other names like Tom Saintfiet, of course, not heard much of him. Kwesi Appiah, not heard much of him. CK Akono, who has ruled himself off the role as well. So, I mean, although the names are coming, it's dwindling bit by bit, and the GFA have to make a decision as quickly as possible. Yes, they do have assistant coaches and a technical advisor that if they want to actually count on, they could. Like Winfried Schäfer has been a technical advisor. He's German. He's been a technical advisor since last year. There's Desmond Ofer, who's been an assistant since last year as well. He could count on any one of them, maybe for just the World Cup and then pick a permanent appointment after that.
Well, we wait, but time is not on our side.
Yeah,
and so
indeed.
We wait, and we wish the GFA the very best in finding the best man for the job.
Yeah.
And have they paid the $500,000?
Which $500,000?
What is Otoado's parting gift?
Oh, that $500,000. We've not received information as to whether, that has been paid or not. I'm sure that information will come out. The Sports Ministry will publish it.
But so far, we've paid how much in total to all of our coaches who we terminated?
I think it might be around $1 million or over, depending.
Under Ketokreku?
Yeah, depending on, I mean, it depends on how long because every coach and his contract is different.
This is so far the highest amount.
I should think so.
Yeah, this is the highest because it's 120,000. There was some 90,000, and then there was another 111 or 117,000. So this is the highest amount, 500,000.
Because of the length of his contract.
Yes, and because we're terminating it early.
Yeah. Otoado did have a substantial amount of time left on his current contract, which was terminated. So he has to be paid.
So it's a cost to us when we terminate our coaches early.
Yes. Definitely, yeah. That's how it plays. Unless the coach himself resigns.
So was this a prudent decision to terminate him then?
I think it was too close to the World Cup. Of course, Otto should have been sacked, but he should have been sacked last year.
Okay.
Since they didn't sack him last year, why do it that close to the World Cup?
The question is, should they have been appointed? But thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill, for bringing us everything happening in the world of sports. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
crisis which is currently ongoing. But just to give you a quick update on our sports segment, just before we left you, Samatex was leading Kumasi Asante Kotoko by 1-0. They have just scored another goal, so Samatex is leading by 2-0. Kotoko has scored no goals so far. This is the second half of yesterday's game, which was interrupted because of the rain. But now residents of Katamanso and surrounding communities in the Pong Katamanso constituency are calling on governments to immediately intervene in ongoing water crisis, which they say is very badly affecting their daily lives. The persistent shortage of water has forced many households to rely on very expensive vendors, and they have raised concerns about their sanitation, public health, among other things. And so my colleague, Priscilla Hansen, has this report to share.
Na is a mother of 2 who has lived in Katamanso for the past 5 years. She says access to water has been a constant challenge since she moved into the community. According to her, the situation has significantly affected her children, especially during school days.
The kids will be late because of water. So without water, we can die. You know, water is life. So because of that, this pure water sachet ones that they are selling to us, most too is not good. You know, it's salty, but out of difficulty, sometimes you have to buy that one too and use it to cook. When using that water in cooking, even when the water even gets finished, the tank itself, the under becomes green. They'll tell you it is pipe, but when they give it to you, it is not pipe. It's salty water.
As they often have to rely on unsafe water, raising serious health concerns. She explains that she has to bear the daily cost of buying water in gallons from vendors, which becomes an extra cost to their general upkeep.
Just now, I don't even have water. I've packed my gallons there, waiting for water seller. The water seller said 1.5. 1.5, you bargain, if they've given it to you, 1.3. Sometimes they will not even reduce the price for you. You buy it 1.5. We are really suffering.
But for her landlord, the issues would have been much worse.
Almost 2 years.
The pipeline was meant to serve the community, but water is no longer flowing. Despite this, officials still come around to collect bills. We are appealing to the government to come to our aid.
Other residents share similar plight.
By this time, with the water they attack cancer, we sell them 120. But if water not the way, they close pipe. We go Lebanon inside before we go get water. You see, that be why we fetch them. If we can, we sell them 150.
Water is life. Now you had there. Say you do my life, sir. First, I me buy Hamadi 5 years ni. Me fi adenta buy. Situation near one you were safe. And to me back me chami gallons ni na me doing sa hanom so te sa.
I used to live in Adenta where water was affordable and easy to access. Since I moved here, I have been struggling to get water. Even when we try to negotiate with the price, the vendors refuse.
The gallon. The
cost of water is very high and keeps increasing. However, since the rain started, the prices have reduced slightly.
As if the water crisis is not enough, the community has to battle poor road network, making the water situation worse.
The main challenge here in Pong Katamanso is the water situation. We buy gallons at 5 to 6 cedis. Another concern is the dust from the road, which is a big problem for us because we sell at the roadside.
The road is in a very bad condition and is damaging our vehicles. My car is currently at a mechanic shop because of it. We are appealing to the government to fix the road.
They want government and the Member of Parliament for Pong Katamanso to come to their aid.
We are appealing to the government to come to our aid and address this issue.
Meanwhile, the assembly member for the area says they are doing their best to resolve the crisis.
The pressure is not building up. Let's go to Adenta. Adenta, they are supplying their people. So if their people are not getting it, we too will not get. They will close our own and they will give it to their people. So we want our isolated pipe that nobody will tap it and bring it through, so that Katamanso, Kubeklo, when you come to Atadika and that area, that line can serve. That's what we are pleading from the region now.
For residents, water is an integral part of life, and its absence is a challenge to deal with.
And that's a piece on the current water situation in Pong Katamanso. Now, this year, we brought you a lot of developing stories on water and access to water from various communities. It started from La to Teshin to Nungwa, some parts of Tema, and now we're reporting on this crisis in Pong Katamanso. In the coming days, we will continue to bring you updates and see what possible interventions that will come to the people. So if you're watching us from Pong Katamanso, you can please contact us with any developments. We will visit your community soon, and we, as much as possible, will bring all the possible advocacy that we can bring to help address this matter properly. Water is life, and no community should be left without potable water. All right. Now, before we say goodbye, if it's your birthday today, we're wishing you a very happy birthday. A very special happy birthday going out to you, Senior Reverend Bright Omega Amwa. God bless you. Enjoy this special day. Irene Diama, may the Lord keep you from your brother Wala to you. Mr. Poku, God bless you. Happy birthday. DNA Afram, District Minister of EPCG, Kaneshie. Happy birthday from your darling wife, Akene, to you. Ex-Warrant Officer 1, Elijah. A soldier, a true role model, and still the toughest man we know from Guardsman, Elijah, Daniel, and all your grandchildren. Happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday, Nadia Nelson, from your dear husband to you. God bless you. Emanuela Enimwa JB, from your brother Felix here at Media General, going out to you. Happy birthday, Miss Lynette Finn Okran. Wishing you good health and more. Happy birthday. Irene, God bless you. Esther, Lady Possible, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. God bless you abundantly. Nolan Adai Chumesi, God bless you. From Mr. and Mrs. Chumesi, happy birthday. Huberta Edu Jemfi, happy birthday, Huberta, from Mary Blay, your mother. Kwame, enjoy this new chapter. God bless you. May the Lord continue to bless you. From Kisiwa, we don't know your name, but nice picture. God bless you. Doji Oluhove, happy birthday, sir. God bless you. Mrs. Bright Bansa of Healing Hands SPA, God bless you. Sylvia, God bless you. Happy birthday from Sister Derby to you. All right, that's it for birthdays this morning. If we didn't wish you a happy birthday today, and today's your birthday, we wish you well. Thank you so much for watching the show today. This has been TV3 Newday. We are back tomorrow at 6 a.m. with another edition of the show. My name is Na Ashoko. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye-bye.